What's up, everybody? You're tuned in to the Crystal
And more.
Podcast, episode 213, Big Energy Monday. Hope everybody's having a good Monday, whatever you're doing. You're at home, you're at work. We appreciate y'all tapping in with us this morning. Also, you're listening on the playback. We appreciate you too. Leave a comment in the comments section. We got a full slate of topics today. We're going to talk a little NBA, some NFL, some college football, some boxing. We also going to give y'all what's going to be on our Thanksgiving plate this week. And yeah, man, Maul's random news is gonna be on today because we're not doing a show on Wednesday. So we got a lot of full topics today, man. So y'all buckle up, get you something to eat, something to drink. If you at work, man, pull up, chill with us this morning because we're gonna be talking for a long time today.
Yeah, because we know y'all ain't doing nothing at work. Y'all calm down because y'all got short weeks around here. So
yeah, for sure. So before we get into that, Maul, how you feeling, sir?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. You know what I mean? Made it through F1. Very successful weekend out here, man. So shout out to everybody who was involved in that. Man, I'm excited for the week, man. I'm excited to have this little break. Sucks that I won't be with the family, but overall, I'm gonna make the best of it. So yeah, man. How you feeling, brother?
I'm feeling good, man. I can't complain. You know what I'm saying? Chilling. You know what I'm saying? Got to work on Thanksgiving, unfortunately, but you know.
Oh, you got to work? You got to work?
I have to work. Yes.
I thought you took it. I thought you took it up.
It's blocked, brother. It is blocked. So, but man, let's get into these topics, brother. I want to kick it off with the NBA, man. You got some NBA news?
Yeah, man, we got quite a few things going on right now in the NBA, man. So let's get it started. First up, Chris Paul, man. You know, he announced a couple of days ago that he's set to retire at the end of the year, man. You know, Chris Paul, one of the all-time great point guards, you know what I mean, that we've witnessed over the last, 10 plus years of his career. My question to you is, since he's retiring, where do you rank Chris Paul amongst your all-time great point guards?
I think he's top 5, I want to say.
Top 5?
Yeah, I would say he's top 5. I put him up there. I think he's a throwback. Like you don't see a lot of point guards like Chris Paul that played at the level he played, that can score. He could, in his prime, he could score up to 20, 25 points, maybe 30 on a great night. But he was a distributor of the basketball too. So he's a throwback for sure, man. Because most of these point guards nowadays, they're like Derrick Rose and Russell Westbrook and Ja Morant. You know what I'm saying? Like athletic point guards that could slam on you, shoot the three. Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying? Like they're guys like that. So he's definitely a Hall of Famer. You know, unfortunately, he couldn't win the championship. You know, he had opportunities to get to that mountaintop. He just never could get over the hump. But no, I would say he's top 5. In my opinion, I think he's top 5.
But if he would have won a championship, do you think he would have competed for best overall point guard of all time?
I don't know about best, but I wouldn't be mad if you say he was top 3.
Top 3? Nah, I totally agree with you. I think Chris Paul is one of the great point guards of all time. He was a part of some of the great, Pelicans, Hornets teams. He was with that team with the Rockets that gave that Warriors team a run for their money. If it wasn't for, unfortunately, he had a hamstring injury and some stuff like that. I think they probably would have won that series, me personally, even with, some of the, conversations around James Harden and stuff like that. I think that team was really good. But overall, I think Chris Paul was an amazing point guard. I agree with you. I would probably have him top 5 all time, easily top 10. Because I think there's conversations between both sides. But at the end of the day, man, we want to wish Chris Paul a great finish to his year, a great career, great family man. And I'm sure he'll be involved in a lot of NBA and basketball stuff going in the future. I know he's a big prominent within the WNBA as well. Next up, man, the Nuggets. They starting off the season pretty hot. Jokic looking like unstoppable. You know what I mean? He's putting up ungodly numbers. He's definitely in MVP conversations. But the Nuggets, man, they lost again the other night. They lost to the Kings. Shout out to Russell Westbrook. He had a pretty good game. But unfortunately, they got another injury. Aaron Gordon suffered a hamstring injury. He's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. What are your thoughts with this, man? Do you think the Nuggets can survive with now Aaron Gordon being added to the list of players being out for at least the next month and a half?
I think it's gonna be tough, man. Jokic trying to do it all by himself. I think it's gonna be tough, and not just tough like offensively, but tough on the defensive end too, because we know Jokic is not the most savvy defensive player, but yeah, it's gonna hurt them on the defensive side of the basketball. So it's gonna be interesting if they can stay, above 500 before these guys come back. Then I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, it's when Christian Barn went out, I was like, they could suffice that. I think they got some young talent on that back end. I think Jamal Murray, excuse me, has looked like Jamal Murray when they won the championship. He just looks a little bit more quicker, a little bit more spry, a little bit more healthier. There's no conversation about Jokic. We already know what Jokic is. But yeah. I think the Aaron Gordon injury could have some effect because we know how deep this Western Conference is, especially on the top end. On the bottom end, we got some of the worst teams we've ever seen, on that bottom end. But at least on the top, man, with the likes of the Thunder, the Rockets, the Lakers, you want to try to maintain that and keep within a distance because, we all know when it comes to the playoffs, it's all about the matchup. So we got to see. And then on top of that, it's going to put a lot of more wear and tear on Jokic. And I think that was kind of the big thing going into the season with the Nuggets is they want to kind of limit that, not to put too much pressure on him, even though we know what Jokic is capable of, but try to get him into the postseason as fresh and healthy as possible. This is just going to have a little bit of effect to that. So, shout out to Aaron Gordon, man. Hopefully he gets back soon. Next up, man, the Clippers. Not looking good, man. Not looking good right now. Clippers are now 5-12. Even with James Harden, he had a 55-point game over the weekend. They did win that game. Kawhi Leonard was able to come back, but unfortunately, they did lose to the Cleveland Cavaliers. With my question to you, Chris, is with Harden still playing at a high level, should he ask to be traded, knowing that this team is not going anywhere? And if you say yes, where would you like to see James Harden go?
Man, if I'm Clippers, I'm trying to trade them because I'm trying to blow it up because they got too many old guys over there, and they need to try to get some young talent over there. So, maybe Milwaukee,
if they can do it. I don't know what kind of assets they do have.
Yeah,
I know they're kind of cap strong with the Damian Lillard, them doing what they did with his contract. I got a team for you. Why not go back to the Houston Rockets, man?
I was thinking
they need a point guard, dog. They need a point guard, man.
They
need a point guard. If I'm the Rockets, I think you strongly consider. I think Harden is still offensively a masterful genius. Defensively, obviously we all know who he is. But if you can keep Thompson, you might have to put like Eason in there. You might have to put Austin Reece Shepard, excuse me. Maybe probably a Jabari Smith. And some other pieces that obviously you match the contracts and stuff like that. But if you can keep pretty much your starting lineup, I think the Rockets should strongly consider doing it because even with the Rockets and how they've been performing, I still think they're going to need a point guard going into the playoffs because it's a whole different game once you get into the playoffs. You're going to need somebody to run that offense. Things slow down just a little bit. It's a little bit more tight on the defensive side. The officials are going to allow them to play ball for the most part. I think they should strongly consider calling for James Harden. I think
I was thinking Houston, but I was like, I don't know if he would want to go back there. So
he loves Houston, dog. We know he loves the strip clubs out there. We know he loves the food, man. Obviously, the relationship between him and Kevin Durant, I'm not sure where their relationship is now. I don't know if I think they're still cool. I don't think it's on the level of what it used to be, but I don't know. They know better than me. But I think it's just something that the Rockets should strongly consider. I think if they do that, I think this team has a real strong chance because we all know everybody's competing with the Thunder, but I think it gives them a better shot at this point. But that's just me. Next up, the Lakers have made some news, man. They fired Jesse and Joey Buss from the front office positions, man. They've been especially they're more deep into the scouting. They also let go of the whole scouting team. Really not known for this time of the year. Most of the time when you hear stories like this, usually it's at the end of the year or literally after the draft type of situation. Obviously, they got new ownership that just went into effect that got approved not too long ago. My question to you is, with now Jesse and Joey Buss in this front office, what do you kind of see the outlook with the Lakers, and what do you think they could do as far as like with the ownership coming from the Dodgers, and what kind of implementations they will take from what they were able to accomplish with the Dodgers to put into the Lakers organization?
I just see them trying to clean house and get their own people in there, whoever that may be. I don't know. I don't know who they have connections with,
Yeah.
But it looks like they're trying to clean house in that front office and get their own people in there and
Mm-hmm.
get the Bus family out of there.
Well, Jeannie's
uh,
still there. Jeannie's still
I
there.
know
She's
Jeannie's
still
still
coming
there,
in.
but I mean, I think they respect Jeannie. Jeannie, you know, what I'm saying, she's been in the business for a very long time, so I think
Yeah.
she has the respect around the world, around that in that industry. But
Mm-hmm.
outside of her, I don't think they respect the brother. And then getting rid of the other buses. I don't know if that's their other siblings or kids or whatever, but um, I just think they're trying to clean house and get their own people in there and try to really make the Lakers, up there with what the Dodgers are right now. So, because when you think of LA, you think of Dodgers, you think of LA, but you think of Lakers more. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you
The
know.
Lakers are supposed to be the main show when it comes
Mm-hmm.
to LA, and then maybe Dodgers, and then it trickles down, maybe Rams or whatever. But um, yeah, they definitely they're trying to clean house. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know on that. I don't know who would be a prominent front office person,
Yeah.
scout, whatever
Yeah.
they can go get because I don't really dig deep into that. But
Mm-hmm.
I could just see them getting their own people for sure. Maybe even some people like that work with the Dodgers. Maybe they try to put them over there with the Lakers and try to get their blueprint over there with the Lakers. So I could see something like that.
Yeah, well, honestly, I think they did get some guys. I don't have the names in front of me right here, but they are with the Dodgers, but they are having like kind of like a outside, voice of what they should do. Look, everybody knows me. I'm the Laker guy. Like, look, at the end of the day, I know some people were kind of questioning this move because a lot of people hold these two guys with the likes of Austin Reeves, us getting Austin Reeves and drafting Alex Caruso. But people got to remember, man, they whiffed on a lot of first round picks, man. They whiffed on a lot of first round picks.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, when somebody pays $10 billion for something, they're gonna have a say. You know what I mean? So I think it's a situation. Obviously, we're seeing a little bit of the ugly side between Jeannie Buss and the brothers. Obviously, there was obviously she fired her one brother when he was kind of in Rob Pelinka's position. We all know and how much the Laker fans hated that. I just think right now, I know a lot of people have this idea that the Lakers can't do this thing what the Dodgers do where they can overspend money on talent and stuff like that. And I get it. I mean, baseball doesn't have a salary cap. The NBA does. They're more on a hard, strict cap compared to like former years. But they got to understand a lot of money is going to get improved now with scouting. A lot of money is going to get improved with front office, like what Cris said. Money's not an object there. There's no salary cap for that. So the likes of what the Lakers used to do, our scouting department was so outdated. Like it looked like we were back in the Roman times. That's how bad our scouting department was. We weren't analytical. All right, we weren't deep. Like we couldn't even get cats to go overseas to watch talent. That's how bad it was. Like people were just literally the Lakers scouting talent would send it to certain players, but for the most part, they were just kind of looking at video and kind of winging it. That's where we were at. Now we are not going to have those problems, and it spells for, I think, great times for Laker Nation. I think people should get excited for it, and we all know what that Dodgers organization has turned into. They turned into a juggernaut that isn't going anywhere anytime soon. So I'm truly excited as a Laker fan to see the future of that. Next up, man, let's get into we got a couple more news, but let's get into some WNBA news. The WNBA, the Dallas Wings, they got the number 1 overall pick last over the weekend.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. And then on top of that, let me got this. One second. My fellow people.
Minnesota Lynx got the number 2 overall pick.
Yeah, Minnesota Lynx got the number 2 overall. So the ESPN, they did their mock draft for the upcoming draft. I'm gonna read the from 15 all down. We'll go pretty quick. So for their mock draft, number 15, the Connecticut Sun, they got Nell and Gloma. She's a small forward from France. Number 14, Seattle Storm. They got them projected to get Kiki Rice, UCLA point guard at number 14. At number 13, Atlanta Dream. They got the Dream projected to get Janiah Barker, Tennessee power forward. She's a senior this year. Connecticut Sun at number 12. They got them projected to get Ayana Martin Carrion. She's a point guard in Spain. Who's getting 5'8", who's getting some good looks. The Washington Mystics were at number 11, get Gabrielle Jaquez, UCLA shooting guard. At number 10, the Indiana Fever projected to get Medina Okatz from South Carolina, senior. Number 9, the Washington Mystics are projected to get Sarah Williams, UConn power forward. Number 8, the Golden State Valkyrie is projected to get Gianna Nepkins, UCLA shooting guard. A lot of UCLA love in this early mock draft. Portland Fire, their inaugural first draft, they're projected to get Cody McMahon, Ole Miss small forward. Number 6, the Toronto Tempo, also a newly inaugurated team, is projected to get Tanaya Lotson, South Carolina shooting guard. Chicago Sky projected to get LSU shooting guard Flau'jae Johnson. I think this is a great move for them. Definitely in that backcourt. Number 4, Washington Mystics are projected to get Azizi Fudd from UConn. Number 3, Seattle Storm is projected to get Olivia Miles from TCU. And a surprise, number 2, Minnesota Lynx is projected to get Lauren Betts, center at UCLA. We all know how great. And then number 1, they got the Dallas Wings projected to get Awa Pham. She's a center from Spain, 6'4". Seems like she's getting a lot of buzz. Overall, with Dallas getting the number 1 pick and ESPN's first inaugural mock draft of said draft, what are your thoughts with everything with that?
I saw it last night too because I wanted to see what they were projecting, after the draft, and I saw that that mock draft too. But I'm not familiar with the girl that got going first overall, but she must be really good. You said she's from France, right?
Yes, she's a center for France. Yep.
So yeah. You know what I'm saying? She's probably in the same mode as old girl from Seattle. So that's probably what they're gonna go in that's probably what you're gonna see a trend of is getting some girls out there, Spain or France or whatever. But Laura Betts going to Minnesota Lynx. That ain't fair, man.
No, that's not. I saw that and I was like, bro, that's like OKC Thunder about to get Cameron Boozer or something or AJ DeBonsa. I'm like, bro, if the Lynx get Lauren Betts, they got to be easily the easy.
Just give him the chance.
Just give him the chance. Even with, but I'm never gonna count out Asia and my aces. I'm never gonna count out my girls. But man, my God, like that's just unfair, dog. that's just unfair, man. Especially the motivation that the Lynx are gonna have going into.
You got her with your girl and man, but Ozzy Fudd going to what they say. Mystics.
Mystics. Yeah,
that would be her, Sonya, and Kiki Efron. That's a nice
tough
trio.
That's
tough.
a
nice little trio right there.
I love Flau'jae going to Chicago too. I love Flau'jae going to Chicago.
Her and because I'm sure maybe if she can convince them to keep Angel Reese, maybe that'll be the reason why. Because her and
do we still think Angel Reese is gonna get traded?
I don't know. The way they was making it seem like they was out on her.
Yeah,
they made it seem like they were out. So they might try to move her. And I also think that they don't. I don't think her and Camila Cardoza have the greatest chemistry. Maybe what I'm saying. Maybe they're holding each other back. Like because we see it when Angel wasn't in there. Camila was scoring like 25, 30.
Yeah, like they're not. She's not. Angel Reese is not a stretch four. Which is that's who they need. They need like kind of like if you were to put like Breanna Stewart in that position, I think that's what you kind of need, or like a Candace Parker type, somebody like that. You need somebody to be like a stretch four, pretty much.
Yeah. Whereas Angel's a traditional power forward, rebounds, putbacks, stuff like that. Her offense is getting a lot better since she came into the league, but she's more of a the rough hustle, you know what I'm saying? That's the type of power force she is. So I could see them moving her, but maybe they keep her because of Flau'jae. Maybe Flau'jae be like, hey man, we play well together in LSU. That's my girl, blah, blah, blah. So that might work out. Olivia Miles going to Seattle. I do like that. They do need a point guard over there. And maybe that spells that Skylar Diggins will be gone.
Yeah, 100%. Unless she's gonna be kind of like a mentor, like you know what I mean. Like maybe she won't start right away. Maybe Skylar will be the starter, but eventually they'll phase her in as the season goes on, and maybe see how the progression goes. Maybe it could be a situation like that.
I think the underrated pick would be the girl from South Carolina going to the Indiana Fever.
Yeah, I actually like that a lot. I actually do like that a lot.
They need a big. That's what they need.
Yeah,
they got all the point guards and guards. It depends on what happens with what's your name though.
Who?
What's the girl name in Indiana? Not Caitlin Clark. The other one, the real.
Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell. Yeah, Kelsey Mitchell.
It'd be interesting to see what happens to Kelsey Mitchell once they get this CBA going. Does she stay? Do they pay her, or are they gonna look at it like, we want Caitlin Clark to be the face, and if we keep Kelsey Mitchell here, she ain't gonna be the face anymore.
I think Caitlin Clark will always be the face just with popularity and stuff like that. I personally think Kelsey Mitchell should get from underneath that, tower that is Caitlin Clark, because you see it. I think real basketball people see it, that Kelsey Mitchell is the engine of that team. I think Caitlin Clark is just the icing on the cake to me personally. And everybody knows I'm not the biggest Caitlin Clark fan, but it's the reality of the situation that I think Kelsey Mitchell, anytime that Indiana was winning a lot of those games, Kelsey Mitchell was making the bigger shots. Kelsey Mitchell was the offense that was produced. And we even saw it when Caitlin Clark wasn't in there. The Fever still looked really good. They gave the Aces a run for their money. They if the couple of injuries didn't go doesn't happen for the Fever, we could potentially be talking about them being that could have been in the WNBA finals over the Aces. And we all know how proud we are of that Aces squad. But the Fever gave them a run for their money. We all can attest to that. So that was a lot to Kelsey Mitchell. And Kelsey Mitchell ended up exerting so much energy in that series that her body just failed on her. That's pretty much what happened. Her body just failed on her. And I think she deserves to have a team of her own, to run her own squad.
That's why I say one of these expansion teams, I would put all in. Hey, Kelsey, kind of she could be the face.
Chicago, hit her up.
Even Chicago too. But I'm just saying, like, if I'm Portland Flame and Toronto Tempo.
I'm like,
hey, you could be the face over here, especially now that you got the New York Liberty coach over there. If I'm her, I'm trying to go get Kelsey Mitchell because I need a veteran who can ball. So, yeah, that's
And look, I'm gonna say this. Like, look, at the end of the day, if you're gonna trade Angel Reese, Aces, hit him up. Angel Reese would be the perfect fit with A'ja Wilson. She would be the perfect fit.
But she would have to play center.
That's fine. That's fine. Put A'ja at the forward. At the forward. She's a stretch. She could be a stretch forward. At the end of the day, I think it will play well. I know the thing with A'ja is I think A'ja can truly adapt to whoever's playing beside her. We've seen her play with bigs. We seen A'ja play at the 4. We seen A'ja play at the 5. Me personally, I would love Angel Reese to be a part of that, because as A'ja Wilson puts more miles on her body, and obviously she's not injury prone. I'm not saying this, but just to protect her even more, A'ja Wilson is the asset. We all know this. Even if Angel Reese were to get traded to the Aces, like, it's still A'ja Wilson's team, and it's not even close. But my thing is just the fact of, I think it would help her prolong her career if you don't put so much pressure and so much weight of her. We know she can do that, but as you know, I'm not saying she's like some 30-year-old, 40-year-old chick.
I'm gonna be real with you, dog.
I like Angel Reese at the 5. I still think we need a top tier center.
I'm gonna be real with you, dog. We ain't got no first round picks.
I know it's a pipe dream.
You know who we.
It has to be like a Jackie Young or something like that, and I'm not trading Jackie. I'm not trading. But if you can do like a Nalissa Smith and add a couple other of the, add Nalissa Smith, add I don't know, somebody else. Just Dana, if you can make it work, make it work.
Maybe Dana Evans. I don't know.
Maybe Dana Evans. I like Dana Evans too. I
do too. I think she gave us some quality minutes off the bench, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, we'll see.
I know who you really want to throw in that trade.
Oh yeah, you already know. Get Kyle Kuzma the fuck off. Get Kyle, bro. She come on, man. I'd rather have an empty roster spot than have her on the squad, bro. She don't do nothing for the squad, bro. Bro, come on. Let's be honest. She got the starting lineup. What's she doing there? She hit you a couple threes. She played a couple good defensive possessions, but for the most part, it was like she was in there for 5 minutes, and next thing I know, I never saw her on the court again. like what are we talking about, man?
Yeah. Hey, man.
What are we talking about? No disrespect to you. I know one day she's probably gonna hit me up and say, "Yo,
meet me and we run this page."
Yeah. It's all love. Hey, I always wish you the best, but the reality is reality.
Pull up on you at the job.
Nah, y'all, facts for real. Make sure we get the video of that so we can post that. Next up, Got two more. We get a WNBA CBA update. So the WNBA's latest collective bargaining proposal would include a revenue sharing with maximum salary of more than 1.1 million available to more than one player per team, growing each year. Sources has confirmed to ESPN. Obviously, I've heard some things with the WNBA player side that they're still not happy with what was proposed. They still don't agree to that. What's your overall thoughts about this update with what we got with the 1.1 million available to more than one player per team growing each year?
It's hard for me to answer that because I don't know what they want. Like realistically, not I don't think these girls want to really get paid like NBA players because they got to live in. I think they live in a base of reality. But I want to know what their max is and where they're willing to land at.
Yeah, I think they really want the exact revenue sharing that the NBA players get. I think that's what they want. They want the exact revenue sharing that I think the players get, what, 49, 51 or something like that. I think that's what they want. Will they get that? I don't know if they'll get that, but they need to have. I think it's a gradual effect.
Like, what are they getting now? Because I don't even know.
I think the max is like 300,000, 400,000, something like that. I think for the max player.
I'm talking about with the revenue share.
Oh, revenue share? I don't know what they get with revenue sharing. I think that's something we got to have to look into. I don't know. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Yeah,
do you like that 1.1 million number though? Just from outside looking in.
I mean, it sounds good. I mean, it's bigger than 300,000.
Oh, it's way better.
It's a bigger increase than 300,000.
Yeah,
I'd say that for sure.
So here's what I have. The WNBA's current revenue sharing system is not currently being utilized due to its cumulative nature and the lack of triggering it. The league has proposed a new system that will allow players to earn more than 1.1 million annually, with the maximum rising each year of the deal. This proposal includes a minimum salary exceeding 220,000 and an average of more than 460,000 across the expanded rosters of more than 180 players. However, the system has never been triggered, and the players feel that even the hypothetical benefit is insufficient. The league's current CBA has a system of revenue sharing that has never kicked in, and players feel that even the hypothetical benefit is insufficient. So that's kind of what I got when I typed it in. So I don't know, man. We'll see.
Yeah, that's a difficult one right there because I guess they haven't been enforcing the current one.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, this is gonna be a tough one, man. Because I get what you're worth, but you might have to take this deal because it's an increase. It is an increase.
All right, let's take it time. Look at your phone. I got one more NBA thing. Look at your phone, and you tell me about this trade that just happened in our league.
The trade happened in the NBA?
No, in our fantasy league.
Oh, you sent it to me, or is it?
No. Just look at the recent activity.
Hold on, I gotta load it up. Amika Bouquet, David Montgomery for Cortland Sutton, Harold Fanning, Alec Pierce, and Quinshon Juggins. What's the problem? What's the problem?
My problem is father and son trading again. I don't like that.
I think that's pretty fair.
It's fair, but the optics look so bad, dog.
You can't do that to them. I mean, I can. So now you're telling me that they can't trade because they father and son?
Yes, nigga. Yes.
Well, you can't do that.
The optics look so bad, bro.
Because it's not like it's fair. It's not one sided. Like,
I hear you, but I gotta talk to him about that. Like, because at the end of the day, it looks like you're trying to set up your son for success. You're adding Emeka Egbuka and David Montgomery. Okay, yeah, you're getting rid of Cortland Sutton, and you're getting rid of Harold Fanning Jr. is nothing. Alex Pierce is nothing, and Quinshon Juggins has been in and on and off. You're adding Emeka Egbuka, who's literally been the number one receiver, and then David Montgomery,
David
who's
Montgomery is a very hit or miss. I know because I have
he's
him
hit
in
or miss
a
too.
lot of my
He's hit or
leagues.
miss too. But I'm not gonna block the trade. But I have to have a serious conversation with them because this is the second time this year that they've done a trade where people are going to question it. You can add so many players all you want, but at the end of the day, it's just the optics look bad. You cannot sit here and tell me when the father and son, it'll be different for me if the son was old, he had his own job. You know what I mean? You cannot sit here and tell me Mondale did not fund him being in the league. You cannot sit here and tell me that. So when you fund your son in the league, and then on top of that, you've made 2 monster trades within a 2-month span that we clearly see that has benefited his son. His son is undefeated right now. His son is undefeated right now. And then on top of that, you give him Emeka Egbuka and David Montgomery for Harold Fannin. Like, honestly, the only person that I guess you could say is maybe Cortland Sutton, but even Cortland Sutton is hit or miss. So you're like, what are we talking about? What do you mean?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Like, so when we look at this trade, when we look at this man's team, let's look at this man's team. So now he will have Caleb Williams. Obviously, he doesn't have Quinshon Judkins no more. He will have so he will have Emeka Egbuka. He will have Jackson Smith and Jigba. He will have Christian McCaffrey. He will have Drake London. He will have Jalen Waddle, and now he will add David Montgomery.
I actually think this trade benefits Mondale more.
You think so? You think so?
I think it benefits because, like you said, Cortland Sutton is up and down. Emeka Egbuka has been more consistent than him. Harold Fannin is cool. Like, he ain't like Tyler Warren or something like that. And Alec Pierce, as you can see, he's hit or miss too. Like,
he's terrible. He's terrible, dog. Alec Pierce is not good.
If Alec Pierce don't have a big 50-yard touchdown down the field, he's kind of like, yeah. And then Quinshon Judkins, like you said, and it's not all his fault. It's just that they don't respect the receivers in Cleveland, so they stack 8 in the box. It's like, but he did have 2 touchdowns yesterday, so.
It's all good. I'm just saying the optics are the optics. The optics look bad. Optics look bad. So we got to have a conversation with that, especially for next year's draft. I'm gonna do some fucking David Stern shit and like y'all get limited to 1 trade. That's it. That's that. Because at the end of the day, if it was like you and your son, or if it was me and my dad, or me and my little son, I put him in the league, and I know I funded this little nigga. I'm gonna try to make sure one of us is gonna win this goddamn league. You know what I'm saying? Like, you cannot sit here and say that don't look bad. You cannot sit here and say that don't look bad.
I mean,
I get what you're saying.
You're the commissioner, though.
I get what you're saying. As I said, I'm not gonna deny the trade. You made the trade. It is what it is. But when it comes to money, when it comes to your father, your son, you just can't sit here and tell me 8 other grown-ass men aren't going to look at that shit fun. You just can't. You just ain't going to say that.
It'd be one thing if it was Emeka Egbuka, and I know you have Jahmyr Gibbs, but I'm just saying, just for the sake of argument, if it was Emeka Egbuka and Jahmyr Gibbs, and it was in this draft, I'd be like, this.
I hear you, but for Emeka Egbuka, I'm saying this for Emeka Egbuka. If I'm giving you Emeka Egbuka, me talking to you, if I'm giving you Emeka Egbuka and I'm Mondale, you gotta talk to me about like you're not gonna talk about a Christian McCaffrey. You're not gonna talk about, like, obviously you're not gonna trade Jackson Smith and Jigba. Jackson Smith and Jigba is gonna be the best, but you're not gonna talk to me about a Christian McCaffrey, a Tyler Warren, like I would want like Tyler Warren and Brown. Yeah, that to me that sounds like more legit. Like what are you talking about? I'm giving you one of my star receivers. Yeah, okay, I got CeeDee Lamb, but he's still a number 1 receiver. He's your number 1 receiver. Yeah. And I get it. Baker Mayfield ain't playing. He hurt his shoulder, so we don't know what that effect is going to have on Emeka Egbuka. But I'm just telling you with the optics, sir. Like, if I'm going to trade you my best player, don't sit here and throw bitch niggas in my face. That's not going to work. You literally got bench niggas for Emeka Egbuka and David Montgomery. So if I throw you 5 bench motherfuckers, you're gonna give me your star player? Because that one-star player is worth more than 5 or 6 of y'all.
I think it depends on who my other receivers are.
Yeah.
I think it depends on who my other receivers are. If Migo Boogie is my best receiver, then no. But
okay, he has Emeka Egbuka and CeeDee Lamb. Okay, so you got CeeDee Lamb as your back, and you're gonna add Cortland Sutton. You pretty much start telling me you're gonna add more talent to that. But these are mid talent. This isn't like I'm giving you probably what's Emeka Egbuka? Probably at least top 4 receiver in fantasy, maybe top 5 receiver. I know he's had some up and downs these last couple of weeks, but overall, we know what he can produce, correct?
Yeah.
So I'm giving you Emeka Egbuka. Bro, come on, dog. Come on. I'm just saying, I'm not going to touch the trade, but conversations will be had. Conversations.
I like you said, you the commissioner, dog.
I'm the commissioner. Yeah, I'm the commissioner.
I'm just giving you my input. I don't think it's as bad as you think it is.
I hear what you're saying, but it opens Pandora's box. Because if you allow this, who say that doesn't happen? Who says they don't? Like I witnessed Mason try to finagle fucking Morgan last year. Like we just saw that last year. You remember that trade that he tried to finagle? Right. So he already has. My thing with Mason already has, to me in my mind as a commissioner, he's already an offender because of the shit like that. You tried to pawn. I'm being honest with you. You already tried to pawn shit off. Right? Mm-hmm. You already tried to finesse somebody and try to get away with that shit. Like, to me, I don't care if it was a joke. You tried that shit and you were going to allow that shit, right? Because you wanted to try to trick somebody into a fucking trade with a bullshit trade. So in my head you've already tried to finagle it. You got a father and son duo, respectfully, who've already made. I already questioned the first trade that they did. I questioned that a little bit, but I let it slide. And then on top of that, now you want to do it now? You want to do another trade now? Mondale, you're still competing for a goddamn spot too. So why are you trading one of your best receivers for garbage? That's what I'm saying. Why are you trading your shit for garbage? Because you know your son has the best team, so you're gonna try. This is what people are going to think. As me as a commissioner, and I see that shit, you gotta question that shit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like I said, I think Mondale made out better than Mason.
I personally disagree. I personally think he just added a whole bunch of filler to his team that ain't going to do nothing for him in the foreseeable future. Like Cortland Sutton, he's cool. He's cool. But you're still competing in a sense too. I'm not giving my best receiver up. Emeka Egbuka has been a better receiver than CeeDee Lamb this year. Yes or no? So he's technically your best receiver. I think Emeka Egbuka has been the better receiver. CeeDee Lamb has had his ups and downs. You know what I mean? Like, but at the end of the day, if it looks like George Pickens has turned into the number 1 receiver right there because CeeDee Lamb can't catch, which we're going to talk about that here in a little bit. But that's all I'm saying. It just looks bad. I'm not going to deny the trade, but this is a conversation I have to have with these two because optics look bad, especially coming off of last year. You know what I'm saying? It's people competing for fucking money, and it's just crazy. It's just crazy.
I hear you, brother. I hear you.
But I agree. Like, the trade ain't that bad, but it just looks suspicious. But anyways, we'll keep going. Last NBA news. That shit pissed me off. I ain't gonna cap. Deciding vote if fantasy trades don't go for. Hey, we might have to do it though. We might have to do it. But so over the weekend we had a situation. This is the last NBA news. We had a situation between Ja Morant and Klay Thompson.
Yeah,
I have a couple videos I want to play for y'all, and then we can go from there and get Chris's opinion. Okay, so we'll start off with the Ja Morant thing right here. So we'll start it at right here. All right. All right, here we go. Oops.
50% shooting. The defense was solid all night long, but when you give them second chance points at this type of rate, feel a little skirmish here. Second night in a row.
Wow, yeah, that's how the game ended last night. 60 rebounds tonight from Memphis, 61 it looks like, plus 20 on the glass, ends up 29.
All right, so that was that video, and then we'll play Klay Thompson's comments and a post game.
He's a funny guy. He has a lot to say all the time, especially for a guy who rarely takes accountability. But you know what? That's for another day. What did Ja have to say on this occasion? Nothing of intelligent depth. It was really just his just running his mouth, and he's been running his mouth for a long time. And it's funny to run your mouth when you're on the bench. It's kind of the story of his career so far, just leaving us wanting more. You know, we all want to see him out there and do his best, but he's just been letting a lot of other stuff get in the way of that. And we need that in the NBA. We need our best players to be out there. And when you're a star, it comes with a great responsibility. And I hate to see that go to waste. He's a
So, that was Clay's comments. He tried to, he started off, trying to throw some shade, but he kind of cleaned it up at the end, calling him a star, and which he wasn't wrong. He wasn't wrong, but let me get your opinion, man. Whose side are you on with this whole little beef that they got? Are you on the side of Ja, or are you on the side of Clay?
I'm on the side of Clay, man. Look, is Clay what he used to be? No, he's not. But there's no amount of what Ja Morant can say to Klay Thompson that's going to ever diminish what Klay Thompson has accomplished. This man is, what, a 4-time champion?
Yeah, 4-time champion. Yep.
4-time champion. And he was instrumental in those championships. It wasn't like he was carried or, he hit some big shots in that title run. So they were called the Splash Brothers for a reason. So
yeah.
He was part of that. You know what I'm saying? So there's no amount of what Ja Morant, you call him a bum right now. Like I said, is he what he used to be? No, that's what's going to happen to you when you get older. Your play diminishes. You know what I'm saying? Father Time is always right. He's always going to come and get you. It sucks. You hate to see, the best players that you watched coming up and watched them in their prime. They're going to slow up, man. Everybody can't be LeBron James, man. Everybody can't have a run where you're 42 and you're still putting up 20, 25 points. That's unheard of, bro. Usually dudes start diminishing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always gonna be on Clay. Clay got well more accomplishments, and look, say what you want, but my man get to go home every night feeling great. So he's winning in life right now. So and Ja, man, it's just, I agree, you got all this talent, man, but you kind of squandering it, dog, because you're doing all this off-court stuff. You know what I'm saying? Look, I get it, you young and all that stuff, but that conversation is going to start getting old that, he young. At some point, dog, you got to grow up. You're still a grown-ass man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't mind the trash talk. You know what I'm saying? You on the court and you a bum. I'm beating your ass right now. I'm putting 25 on you. I think the optics would have looked a little different. But you on the bench with the street clothes on, calling them a bum. It's like, all right, John, come on, man. Yeah, you probably could, if you was on the court, you probably give him some work. But I'm just saying, it's like, come on, man, chill out.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm on the side of Clay. I think Ja Morant has no leverage at all in this conversation at all, because at the end of the day, you can't stay healthy. You over there moody as hell on your sideline or even in the game. You're not even putting effort in. You haven't won a championship. You haven't won an MVP. You haven't done anything. You being bounced out of the first round or not making the playoffs, period. So what are we talking about? You can't stay healthy. You can't stay out of trouble. You can't grow up. You had the star, brother. You had the star. You were supposed to be the next light. You were supposed to be in the position of what Anthony Edwards is in. You were that guy. You know what I mean? You were in the conversations of being the new face of the league. You had the shoe deal. You had all that. But what are you now? You about to get traded from the Memphis Grizzlies, hoping you get put in a situation that can elevate your career. But until you take things seriously, until you want to be proven as a championship caliber player, you can't say anything to Klay Thompson at all. Klay Thompson is a 4-time champion. He's considered one of the greatest 3-point shooters of all time, one of the greatest defenders of all time before he had his knee injury and stuff like that. Right. Yes, he's had his decline, but at the end of the day, his career laps you 4 times out of 4.
He's solidified.
So what are we talking about? He's going to get a statue in Golden State. Where are you going? Where's your statue going to be at? In Guantanamo Bay?
Damn.
What are we talking about? Like, come on, bro. Like, your statue is gonna be in the streets of Memphis because of the stupidity stuff that you do. That you over there. Like, we're not gonna come on. Let's talk about it. You had a whole situation where you just kept putting your business out on blast. Yeah, Mark, the gun show. Gun for this, gun for that. Threatening kids at a mall. Putting pointers at a team bus. Like, what are you talking? Red dots at a team bus. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? What you getting mad for? You had plenty of opportunity. You had it all in your hands, brother, and you chose to let it rot for you to be able to show that you tough. And you ain't tough. And what you talking about? You stupid. You stupid though. You lost any leverage you have of being a superstar. That shit is gone, and it'll never come back. Why should you're not even a great trade asset at this particular time in your career? Why should anybody trade for you? What are they gonna get? Are they gonna get a elite defender? No. Are they gonna get elite point guard play? No. Are they gonna get an elite shooter? No. Are they gonna get somebody who is team first? No. So what are we trading for? If we trade you to the Clippers, does that make the Clippers a championship team? No. If you get traded to the Houston Rockets, does that make them a championship team? Maybe, but that's because of the pieces around them, not you and the head coach. I think that's a coach you need. You need an Ime Udoka in your life so he can straighten you up. Now, will you take that coaching? Could you handle a coach like Ime Udoka? I don't know. It doesn't look like it. So my whole thing with Ja is, man, you gotta, if you're on the sideline, shut up. If you're in the game, I think it's different because you're competing and stuff but you're on the sideline wearing a Nike Tech, brother. I thought we went to quarter zips. You still wearing Nike Techs. What are we talking about? I thought we elevated. So my thing to Ja is, man, just if you're on the sidelines, don't say nothing. There is nothing to say. You're not winning. Your team is trash. Desmond Bane got traded. Jaren Jackson is hurt. Your coach doesn't like you. The fan base is damn near tired of you. So what else what are you fighting for, brother? You need to fight for your career. You need to fight for your perception. You need to fight for your life in the league because you're heading towards a path within the next 5 years where you could be gone, brother. Your athletic ability is all you have. That's the only thing that's keeping you in the game. Once you lose that, what do you have? Again, you don't have a jump shot. You turn over the ball over. Your plus minus is terrible. Like, what are we talking about? So, Ja, come on, man. I'm a big fan of what you can be, but the reality is you're not that and you're not close. So for you to talk to Klay Thompson is laughable, my brother. And as Cris says, he goes home to Megan Thee Stallion. I'm not the biggest fan of her, but at the end of the day, she's still a baddie. She's still a baddie. He got that. He got that, and he take her on the boats. Like he taking her on dates. He wifing her. He busting in her. He doing all that shit. You ain't doing that. Nice. You ain't doing that. It's a reality, and I mean that respectfully. Klay, I mean that respectfully. If you see that, respect. Megan Thee Stallion, I mean that respectfully. No disrespect. This is just the reality in the situation. Ja got to shut up. He got to shut up, man. He can't talk. He can't talk right now. So
yeah.
But yeah, that's all we got for NBA news, man. In my fantasy football rant.
Shout out to Mondale Mason.
Yeah, shout out to Mondale Mason, man. But we're gonna have a talk, man. Y'all gonna have to send the commissioner's office. I'm sending out emails right now.
Oh man, that's funny. Did you watch the end of the Pels Hawks game?
Oh yeah, with Derek Queen. Yeah, so Derek Queen stole here. Let me see if I can find that clip. We could go to the next topic, and once I find it, we can just fill in it.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and recap a few games from college football this weekend.
Let's do it.
All right. All right, let's start this on Friday. UNLV faced off with Hawaii. Dominated performance for 38-10. Anthony Calandra, quarterback Anthony Calandra, and 21, 26, 260 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Kayvon Lee, running back, he had a touchdown. UNLV's defense, he has the second up. They shut up Hawaii in the second half, held Hawaii for just 231 yards. Quarterback Micah Judah was 15-24, 163 yards, and he was sacked 3 times. Outside the one play that they gave up in the first quarter, which was a deep pass to Jackson Harris for a touchdown, they really couldn't get nothing off. This was a great performance by UNLV, man. They came out, firing on all cylinders. I will admit there was a couple times in the first quarter or first half. Hawaii had a couple guys wide open for touchdowns, and they just dropped it. So there's still some things they got to work out. But at the end of the day, they made plays when they needed to make them, and they dominated, man. So they're right there still in sights to be in the Mountain West Conference Championship. And shout out to Dan Mullins for getting these boys ready for sure.
Nah, man. This was look. Any praise needs to go to this UNLV defense, man. From what we've seen, this UNLV defense start out as to what it's now become, it's looked respectable. We got to think Hawaii's put up 36, 40 consistently, minus a couple games. So I just wish we could have got this defense when we went to Boise State. You know what I mean? That's just, that's just a little bit of thing. But look, man, it's a building block, man. Like, they're still 9-2. This is a great year. I'm excited to see the future of this team. I think they're building sustainable blocks. It doesn't seem like he's going to go anywhere as far as like going to another coaching cycle or anything like that. It doesn't feel like that. But again, it's still kind of early. But with Dan Mullins, but I'm really excited. If he stays, I'm truly excited to see what this team is capable of next year. I think they found an identity. I still would love to see Jet get the ball a little bit more, but at the end of the day, it kind of is what it is with that situation. Our offense has just been so elite. It's hard for me to kind of complain about that because we're still producing. It'll be a different situation if we weren't producing, but we still are. So again, congratulations.
I got another team to talk about, the dang producer.
Yeah, but again, congratulations to the UNLV football squad. Congratulations to Dan Mullen. I think whatever happens for the rest of the year, I think it's been a truly successful career. Hopefully we can definitely finish it off strong. I don't know what our chances are of making the Mountain West Championship game. It's probably low. I'm not really familiar of that standing placement, but hopefully we can get a nice bowl game, make some noise, and build on the recruitment that we kind of started with Dan Mullen and the new set of culture. And hopefully we can solidify having a coaching staff that's going to be longer than a year or two.
Yeah, for sure. And they might have to kick a little money to Anthony Calandra.
Yeah,
they kick some money to him to keep him here, because I won't be surprised if somebody looking like, hey man, come to us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Somebody leave somewhere, they bring them over there. With our weapons and our defense, man, you could really ball out. So
no doubt.
And same thing with Jet. Jet might be like, man, it's some bullshit, man. I'm out.
No, yeah, right.
So, Oklahoma beats Mizzou 17-6. John Mater had 2 touchdowns. Isaiah Santiago turned a short catch into an 87-yard touchdown. Amar Hardy only was limited to 57 yards and 17 carries. Bo Pabila, he did return from injury. He was 20 of 36, 231 yards, but he threw 2 interceptions. Look, man, the defense balled out. Yeah. Outside of that broken up coverage where the receiver ran it, and then the other drive where they just went down the field and scored in the end zone. Outside of that, bro, the defense showed up. Nobody respects our passing game at all. And that's why Amar Hardy can't get off.
Yeah.
Outside of just, not him getting enough carries. Now, he did get 17 carries, but still, it's just like they stack 8 in the box. There's no creativity with the passing game. Eli Drinkwich and the OC, they coach almost scared.
Yeah.
And it's like special teams is terrible, especially the field goal kicker. He ain't good. And it was just too many instances where it was just like, and then when they did get something good going, they shoot themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
With penalties or a turnover.
Yeah.
And it's just, if I'm Ahmad Hardy, man, get about it. Go somewhere else.
Go to Florida, baby. Come to Florida, man.
Go somewhere else where they're going to utilize your talents to get you ready to go to the next level. Because Mizzou, until they can get, because it's not like they are devoid of weapons on the outside. Coleman is a good wide receiver. Manning is a good wide receiver. Norflet, he's slow, but he can catch.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it should be no reason why this team can't score. So I tweeted it out like, man, just put Zollers in, bump it, because Bo looks scared out there sometimes.
Yeah,
he looks like he's scared to pull the trigger. He'll be off on throws. He had Coleman wide open in the back of the end zone, missed him. And it's just like, come on, man, because it wasn't like Oklahoma was really doing anything. Mater did not have a good game, especially in the second half. They couldn't get nothing going because our defense was shutting it down. So the defense been showing up most of the season, and it's just this offense. When they play against good teams, they just can't get nothing going. And I think is the coaching, the play calling has not been great when it comes to that. It's like they almost like they get punched in the mouth one time, and it's just like, yep, time to play conservative. Until their backs against the wall, then they want to play up tempo, and they start getting something going, and then they shoot themselves in the foot. So,
like I'm not gonna put too much on Pabula. I know he didn't have a really great game, but he did come off an injury.
I know he's rusty.
He's rusty. I know. You were kind of texting me that, man. This man is good. I was like, yo, my man he just came back from injury, man. You putting him in Oklahoma, man.
I'm seeing the same thing that I was seeing before the injury, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. See, now that makes sense. I understand that. It's just like you kind of hope that he would not be doing the same mental mistakes that he's been doing all year. You're sitting on the sideline. Hopefully you can just get the mental reps and you'll be able to see it. But I hear you. I totally get that, and I'm not disagreeing with you on that. I still think it's tough going. You're asking him to come back off an injury, going into Oklahoma, coming off of what Oklahoma had their most impressive win against Alabama at Alabama. This defense, look, Oklahoma, look at Mater. Mater was looking like Heisman frontrunner, but ever since he came back from his injury, he hasn't really looked the same. Like he's still trying to find his rhythm. Luckily, this defense has just been playing looking like the best defense in the SEC, let alone probably all of college football. They got talent all across that board. So I think with Mizzou, it's just kind of like the ball hasn't bounced their way. They've been in a lot of close games amongst big top teams that are in the top 10. It's just that they haven't been able to find a way to get over the hump. I don't know if that's the coaching thing. I don't know if it's just a bad luck thing. Obviously, Pabula, he had the injury, so it kind of messed up the rhythm that they had. We all know the type of talent that running back core has with Ahmad Hardy and what's the other
Jamal Roberts.
Yeah, he's really good too. It's just that Ahmad Hardy has just been amazing. So I think he can be the same, but. We'll see. Obviously, the head coach of Missouri, his name has been in kind of some discussions of maybe possibly going to another program. We'll have to see. I don't think it hurts or helps him, his cause, of whether he's going to stay or go. But at the end of the day, man, he's set up Missouri to have somewhat. He's set up for them to be respectable, where people are going to have to pay attention.
He's a good recruiter. I give him that.
He's a great recruiter. I just think there are certain things that be left to be desired for with his coaching style. Again, you even kind of said it. He kind of coaches like he's scared at times, where he doesn't want to put a full blown faith. At the end of the day, it's the end of the year, man. What do you got to lose? A bowl game? You're trying to win this game. You're trying to build on something, so why not go all in for it? You know what I mean? I would understand if he still had a chance of making the playoffs, but Missouri doesn't have a chance. Go all out, go all in, and try to see what you can do and find out who's down for the cause. Find out some of these younger guys who are on this team and see who you want to try to keep, see what you need to upgrade, whether it's O-line, whether it's receivers, whether it's defensive backs, linebackers, whatever the case may be. This is the time, because we all know, look, the portal's about to open up here pretty damn soon. So you got to start figuring out your team and what you need to look for going into next season.
Yeah, we'll see. Oregon beats USC 42-27. Quarterback Dante Moore threw for 257 yards and 2 touchdowns to tight end Keon Sadiq had 6 catches for 72 yards and 2 touchdowns. On the ground, Noah Whittington ran for 104 yards and a score. Malik Benson returned an 85-yard touchdown for return. USC's offense passed for 300. Jaden Maivia passed for 306 yards and 3 touchdowns. 2 of his touchdowns went to Makai Lemon, who also threw a trick play touchdown to Nuke Hines. USC attempted a 2-point conversion after their 3rd touchdown, but failed, and they could have tightened things up more. Just before halftime, a block field goal. Oregon turned into a first down for them. They capitalized with a goal line touchdown. Late in the game, Oregon struck again. Whittington 9-yard run sealed it all. This was a big statement game for Oregon to me. I think they needed USC needed it too to show that they're right there, but Oregon really needed this game. And I think that they showed that they're one of the top teams out there, especially in the Big Ten. Dante Moore, he's starting to come into his own. And that tight end Keon Sadiq, watch out for him, man. He gonna be a baller in the next level for sure. I wouldn't be surprised if he top 15 pick next year. So the kid is an athlete for sure. Like they're comparing him to what Kyle Pitts looked like coming out of Georgia. Like, I know Kyle Pitts ain't worked out, but you know what I'm saying. I think that's like coaching and other things. But this kid Keon Sadiq is nice, and they got 2 good running backs too. Now on USC, that Makai Lemon dude, he's going to be top 15 pick too himself next year. So watch out, because that kid catches everything. Covered, uncovered, he catches everything. So watch out for that kid too, and he's a great route runner too. So but this was an unfortunate thing for USC. But hey, man, Oregon came to play, man, and they showed up for sure.
Yeah, USC started off strong. You know what I mean? They were able to take the early lead 7-0. But, just bad turnovers, man. I think that and then obviously the rushing attack that Oregon was able to do. You know what I mean? They rushed for, I think, over 170 yards. And I think USC couldn't rush over 60. So, that stuff like that, man, that's going to kind of dictate the game, because Oregon was able to control the time of possession. They were able to control the pace of the game. And it was truly impressive performance. I think Dante Moore looked good. At the end of the day, USC, they fought hard, man. They fought hard, but Oregon was just a better team. I just think with the aspects of everything going on, man, we know what's up. But it definitely keeps Oregon's hopes alive to maybe get a bye week going into the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. TCU upset number 23 Houston 17-14. Quarterback for TCU, Josh Hoover, was 24-33 for 293 yards and 2 touchdowns. Running back Jeremy Payne ran for over 100 yards to help the Frogs. Joseph Manjack, the 5th, Houston transfer, caught 9 passes for 95 yards, giving TCU a reliable target. Connor Wigman, the quarterback for Houston, he was 15-29, 161 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, plus 114 rushing yards. But they just came up short, man. This was a tight defensive game, but TCU brought it out, got it out at the end. And man, shout out to TCU, man. They've been playing upset all year.
I didn't get a chance to watch this game, but at the end of the day, man, am I surprised that this result happened? Nah, not really. Like, Houston, they have their ups and downs. That offense just did not look good. But TCU, hey, they look good, man. Congrats to them.
Yeah, for sure. Pitt upset Georgia Tech 42-28. Pitt jumped out to a 28-0 lead by early in the second quarter. Quarterback Mason Henschel was sharp, 20-27 for 226 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jakarian Turner ran for 201 yards and a touchdown, anchoring Pitt's ground game. The momentum swing, defensive score, linebacker Braylon Lovelance intercepted a pass and returned it 100 yards for a pick 6. Quarterback Haynes King threw for 257 yards, 2 touchdowns, but also had 2 interceptions. Tech narrowed the gap late in the game, but Pitt sealed it with a 56-yard touchdown run by Turner with 241 left. which pretty much sealed the game for them, man. Big win for Pitt. I know they was coming out that big loss that they suffered from. I think it was Oregon, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they suffered from Oregon. And for them to bounce back and get this upset, that definitely boost morales and wash that bad loss out of their mouth for sure. So shout out to Pitt.
Yeah, man. Pitt looked really good, man. Pitt looked really good. It sucks. I had a lot of high hopes with this Georgia Tech team, but they just, I don't know, man. I was pretty disappointed by their performance and the way they started out this game. And I had, I was kind of on the Georgia Tech bandwagon the whole year, and it looked really good from the start. But this last couple weeks, man, they've kind of shot themselves in the foot. And it kind of is what it is. Their hopes of making the playoffs is kind of gone. So, but shout out to Pitt, man. They, we all know what kind of tough team they present every time they step on that field.
Yeah, for sure. Pretty much does. It wasn't too many big games this week, so
nah. I do have this Derek Queen clip that Mark was talking about.
Go ahead and play it. It's Notre Dame. That's what it was. Notre Dame. That's right.
Notre Dame what?
Pitt lost to Notre Dame.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they got smashed, bro.
Yeah. All right, man. Let me play this clip, man. Let's get Chris's opinion on the.
Yeah, they won. St. Louis. We'll take a turnover. Yeah. And Atlanta will leave and make it 11 out of the last 14. And Derek Queen's up.
You gotta get yours. I gotta get mine. You gotta get yours.
But my thing is, they say you're supposed to play till the buzzer goes off.
Right.
See, look at him. He's mad. Like, for what? Just because you stop playing don't mean everybody else got to stop playing.
Right.
Yeah, I feel. So what?
It was over long.
What you mad for? You still won.
See, these are the unwritten rules of basketball. Like, because you quit, I'm supposed to quit.
I don't know.
Cris, you won't forget the ninth though.
Nah, go ahead.
I just think he was mad because he figured he wasn't supposed to do that because the unwritten rule.
Look, man, I hate unwritten rules. I hate it in baseball. I hate it in basketball. I hate it in football. Like, at the end of the day, and then it's just like certain people like to pick and choose. Like, because at the end of the day, people don't have problems when the Kansas City Chiefs are doing ring around the rosy on the Vegas Raiders. They have no problem with that. But let that happen to old Josh Allen and shit. Like, people have a fucking field day. Like, you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, am I mad at Derek Queen? No, who cares? Like, I agree with what the announcer said. You play to the end of the game. At the end of the day, you're up by like 20 points. What is that 2 points gonna matter or anything like that? Like, who cares? Like, I know there's been situations where, like, I would make more sense if you were trying to show them up and you try to throw, like, you're up by like 25 and you're trying to do like a between the legs, off the backboard type of dunk, trying to show off. Then I think that's a little different because it's like, all right, bro, you got the win. You ain't got to do all that type of shit. But in a situation like what Derek Queen is, I think you need that, especially with the Pelicans offer on the table because they got no fight. They got no grit. At least Derek Queen is the one that's really just trying to show that he's willing to play to the end of the whistle. You know what I mean? This Pelican team is terrible. So I think Derek Queen is just trying to set a culture that we're not going to quit until this final buzzer is there. And then he also can be just a jackass and be like, I'm going to try to boost up my shit. I think it's a little bit of both, man. So, man, Atlanta Hawks, why you mad, bro? You still got the win. Like, who cares, man? Let him get the
W. Relax.
Yeah, who cares, dog? It's the game is over, dog. So, who cares?
Let the man get his dunk in, man.
Yeah, man, who cares, man?
All right, man, we're going to do a quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back.
Yeah, let's do it.
Introduce yourself to Magnet, the ultimate sports drink. Are you ready to take your performance to the next level? Do you want a sports drink that eliminates the muscle cramps and fatigue when working out or training? Meet Magnet, the sports drink designed for athletes who refuse to settle for mediocrity. It's power-packed electrolytes and rehydrates and restores balance with their scientifically formulated blend with magnesium that fights fatigue and boosts endurance. It has natural ingredients made with real fruit extracts and no artificial colors or flavors because your body deserves the best. It has delicious flavors like mixed fruit and watermelon that keep you revitalized and ready for action. It will boost your performance with essential vitamins and minerals. Magnet fuels your workouts, helping you crush your goals. Join the Magnet movement, whether you're training, competing, or simply staying active. Magnet is your go-to refreshment for peak performance. You can order it now on our direct link at drinkmagnet.com. Also, use promo code Cris and Mall to get $5 off your purchase. So don't wait. Again, that promo code is Cris and Mall to get $5 off your purchase. Get Magnet, push your limits, fuel your passion.
Shout out to Magnet Sports Drink. All right, man. Let's talk about this fight card that we had over the weekend, man. Had some big fights on this card, all championship fights. First up, they had Mason Abdullah versus Sam Noakes. Now, look, I ain't gonna lie to you, I called it like towards the tail end of this fight. But what I saw, man, these dudes was going at it. It was probably fight of the night from what I'm hearing. From start to finish, but Mason looked like he pulled away in the later rounds and to start putting together some good combinations. Sam Noakes' face was all bloodied up, but Mason had a big ass knot on his head too. So, and he ended up winning. The judges had one judge had a 117, 111. The other judges had a little bit closer, 115, 113, which is probably around that 115, 116, 112 type thing. Because Mason pulled away in the later rounds. But shout out to Mason Abdullah. Me and Maul have been a fan of this kid since we've seen him. And we see the potential in this kid. I know people are critiquing him and he got to work on his defense. He get his too much. I mean, he's still young, man. He's still learning on the thing. I'm sure his pops and his brothers are trying to get him to, get him right. You know what I'm saying? He's still an unfinished product. But for him to get this championship at 21, I think that's a great accomplishment for him, man. Sky's the limit. I wouldn't mind seeing him and Kid Schofield go at it next. I think that would be a good fight to showcase next. I know Schofield's dad was kind of hating, talking about he got gifted a belt and Sam Noakes really won that fight. All right, man, whatever. But I wouldn't mind seeing that fight next. But shout out to Mason Abdullah for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this right here, right now. I didn't get a chance to watch any of these fights, man. I was stuck at work. We were busy. I couldn't see anything. But I'll just kind of say this. Yeah, as Cris kind of stated, I'm a big Mason fan. I love this young kid. I think he's gonna be a true superstar. Hopefully, he gets the fights that we want to see him in, because I think he could step up to any level or any kind of competition. I was really upset I couldn't watch any of these fights, man. I was really looking forward to this card. But duty calls, man. But at the end of the day, man, shout out to Mason, man. Shout out to Mason. From what I heard, he looked good, man. So
then you have Bam Rodriguez versus Fernando Martinez. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this. Bam Rodriguez dominated this dude, and this dude is one of the top champions out there, and he made him look. It was a sparring session. Like, dude can't do nothing with him. What's his name was just too quick, too fast. Just he knocked him out in the 10th round, and he was just too good. Bam is one of the best elite. I know on the broadcast they trying to get him to move up 2 weight classes to fight anyway. I don't know if he's ready for that yet, because anyway he's probably a bigger fighter than him.
Yeah.
But I do think he needs to move up in weight, go up to, I think it's 118 his next weight class. He needs to move up for sure, because he's pound for pound one of the best fighters in the world right now. So
yeah,
and like I said, dude couldn't do nothing with him. So
nah, yeah, I agree with you. I think it's time for him to move up. I know we would love to see the Inoue fight, but I think he has to gradually get himself to that point. But I think he has an opportunity to make it happen. You know what I mean? Maybe we can get that, a year or two down the line, depending on certain situations. Who knows if Inoue will ever consider moving up. So obviously it's a timing thing. But at the end of the day, man, Bam is Bam. You know what I mean? I think he's just in his own class at this point right now where he's at.
I'll skip to the main event because I want to spend a little time on Norman and Haney. David Benavidez versus Anthony Yarde. Look, in the early rounds, it was a little competitive. You know what I'm saying? Yardy was hit. He was hitting David Benavidez with some clean shots, and Benavidez was hitting him with some clean shots. And in the beginning, he was taking the punches. You know what I'm saying? But I just think in the later rounds, David Benavidez started getting his groove. He started. It was one round. Dude had one of his arms, and he still hit him with like a 15 hit combo. So and then it just got to the 7th round, and they had to stop it because it was about to get bad for Yardy. Like he was starting to get punished, and he was in the corner, and the ref, rightfully so, stopped the fight. What I was surprised by was they announced that he's moving up to cruiserweight, and he's going to be fighting that Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez dude for the belt. I guess the Bivol fight, he ain't waiting for it. So he moving up to cruiserweight to go fight this dude on in September. Or in May. No, Cinco de Mayo. De Mayo. So I don't know. Moving up another weight class. That's a big one right there. But we'll see. We'll see. It's gonna be interesting. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure all the people are gonna be, all the Mexicans is gonna be out there for Cinco de Mayo for sure. So but it was interesting to see him, take that fight and move up to cruiserweight.
Yeah, look, I'm not gonna blame him for going this route because we've seen the same story, especially with Canelo. Now it seems like with Bivol, where these guys just do not want to fight Benavidez for some reason. I don't know what the case may be. It's just disappointing. Like when he said the name, no one was excited about it. Like we get it. Like we, no disrespect to homie that he announced, and I get it. He's a champion, well known in his own right. I think he just announced the fight that he's supposed to be having here in the next couple months as well. But there are certain fights that have a mystique to it and a certain aura that we want to see. And a Benavidez Canelo fight, a Benavidez Bivol fight is that, you know what I mean? And maybe him going up to cruiserweight, he can win that championship, and it just adds on to his legacy. But we're still waiting for that David Benavidez marquee name, big time fight. I don't think we gotten that yet. Yeah. And that fight that he announced is not going to be that. I just think that's the only thing that's missing from him, and it's not his fault. It's not his fault. I understand that whole level. But it gets to a point where it's like, come on, y'all, like find a way to make this happen, man. Turk, find a way to make the Canelo fight happen, or find a way to the Bivol fight, because at this point, Bivol, my brother, what are you doing?
Well, supposedly the word is that him and what's your name are gonna do a third one.
Who, him and Canelo?
No, him and better be. And I think after that fight, that's who's going to after that fight, that's when he'll fight Benavidez, or whoever wins that fight fights Benavidez.
But it gets to a point, what are we waiting for, man? Like, you've been on the shelf for how long now? How long you been on the shelf now for? Since what, February?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if he was dealing with injuries to the point where he had to like sit out for months. I'm not sure. Like, if there's information about that, please let me know. And then maybe that'll justify the long absence. But if he has not, what are we waiting for? Like, Bitter Beef has already been kind of like on the fence of like retirement or not retirement and stuff like that kind of talk. Like, you got a fighter right now, Benavidez, who's ready to fight you today. What are you waiting for? Like, you can always do the trifecta if you want to. You always can. That fight will always be there to me. Whether you win or lose with Benavidez, it will always be there because people will clamor for that fight for the trilogy. But obviously, it would be better if you had the belt. But you have the opportunity to set said fight. What are we waiting for? I don't know. It's just I don't know. Again, I talked about optics a couple times today, and optics don't look good for Bivol right now, currently in this moment in time. And it just gets to a point. Again, that's just me personally. I would love to see Benavidez get a marquee fight. I think he deserves a marquee big money fight. Why don't people give it to him? I do not know why. We know why, but I don't know.
No, I don't know. So we'll see. I mean, I think that him stepping up to cruiserweight, it can be dangerous.
It can be dangerous. Yeah, I understand it, because he's at a point where it's like, I have no one else here in this class that will probably give me any kind of run of having some kind of big time, publication of this is going to be a good fight for me as where I'm at standing today in my career. So what else do I have? Hell, Bivol don't want to fight me. Canelo don't want to fight me. I can't fight Crawford because I'm too big for him. Let me go ahead and just move on up to cruiserweight and see what I can do. You know what I mean? Because that's all he has left. And I can't blame him. It's just like, again, I'm not trying to, because I know Benavidez went on a record, I think, after his fight, talking about like, he gets kind of upset with people kind of like being mad that he's taking these fights or announcing these fights that no one wants to see. But I don't blame him. It's just that's all he can do. So he's trying to find the best situation for him to kind of put his stamp as being one of the greats of all time. If I can't get these other greats who are currently fighting right now that don't want to fight me, what's else I can do? Let me go fight Goliath and see if I can do that. You know what I mean? Like it just gets to that point.
Yeah, for sure. The co-main event was Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr. I know a lot of people were invested in this fight. They wanted to see what Devin Haney was going to look like after, his last fight wasn't really, great. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really engage too much. And then before that, it was the Ryan Garcia fight. So he wasn't in the greatest graces of people's, high standings. You know what I'm saying? So, and then Brian Norman Jr., he had made a name for himself. He had probably had knockout of the year, maybe I think it was last year, where he knocked out the Japanese fighter. I forgot his name, but that's how he won it. He got his belt, the welterweight championship. So this was an interesting fight. There was trash talk. It was all kinds of drama. We all know that, Devin Haney's dead. Bill is always gonna be talking trash. Brian Norman's dad was talking trash. They was about to fight a few times. So, but it was interesting, right before the fight, it was like you could tell, like it was like, all right, the promotion's over. We on chill mode now because Bill was like real tame. Even in his interview before the fight, he was just real chill. Like, you ready to go? Let's go. So you could tell it was all promotion stuff. But getting into the fight, so first round, you could tell that Devin Haney was just trying to process what Brian Norman was coming with. And, he really didn't engage too much. And a lot of people, I could see it already, like, oh, this motherfucker doing this shit again. He running around, he ain't engaging, he's scared. But I think he was just processing because the second round I would say second round to seventh round, it was a dominating performance because one thing Brian Norman needs to learn, man, he's got to learn how to use his jab to get to his right hand. You know what I'm saying? You could tell he's still a young guy. He's only 23 years old. He's still a young guy. And he's got to learn how to use that jab to get his right. It just seemed like because people were telling him, oh, you hit him with that right, he's susceptible for the right. You saw the Ryan Garcia fight, and it just Devin was seeing it a mile away. He was broadcasting it way too much. And it got him caught. It got him caught in the second round. He hit him with the jab, and I'm talking about Haney was hitting him with the jab that was bow, like it was snapping that neck back, and he caught him. He got wobbled, and then he knocked him down. And it was looking grim. That's when I text you like, it's looking bad for Norman, because I thought like he was about to get him up out of there. But shout out to Norman, he got back on his stuff once he got his stuff going. But I still thought Haney was killing him with that jab, man. That jab was hurting him. I will say this for Devin Haney at 147, this is the way he needs to stay at. Those other weight classes, you know what I'm saying? You could tell, I guess he was weight drained in those classes. He was, because they said it was hard for him to make those weight to 130, 135, 140. You know what I'm saying? Like it was hard for him to make that weight. At 147, he looked strong, bro. Like it looked like he got power to him. He got a little, whatever. But I gave him rounds 2 through 7. Now 8, was it 8, 9, and 10? Yeah, 8, 9, and 10. I want to say I gave it to Norman because I just felt like Haney kind of knew he was up,
so he kind of chilled,
and he just kind of took his foot off the gas a little bit. Because Norman started trying to get in a little bit more and getting a couple shots in, but nothing really effective enough for Haney to be like, he might get him. But then I thought 11 and 12, he was like, all right, let me go ahead and just seal this out and do my thing. And that's what he did. Shout out to Haney, man. He fought an excellent fight. Now, I don't know who this judge is, and I'm with Andre Ward. The dude that said 114, 113, you gotta sit down, bro.
There's always like one or two judges that do that shit. There's always the one judge where you like, how the hell you score? I feel like they just do that just to do it at this point.
Because I had an 8 rounds to 4. I had 8 rounds to 4.
They did that shit with the Crawford fight. They did that shit with the Crawford Canelo fight.
I had an 8 rounds to 4. I thought Haney had a great performance. It's gonna be interesting to see where he goes from here, who he fights. It might be trying to get the Conor Ben fight.
I would like that. Conor Ben versus him. I would like that.
I think that's the next fight, even though Conor was hating. He was hating that dude. That fight, talking about a boring fight. You don't want to, you scared. And then even Eddie Hearns was hating. Like, damn, Eddie. So I wouldn't mind seeing it because the trash talk. Bill Norman and Bill Haney and them, they were talking mad trash to each other. So I wouldn't mind seeing that fight. You can make that fight probably in the UK too, because that's where they're gonna put the big money at. So I wouldn't be mad at that fight at all. So yeah. But shout out to Haney and Norman. You know what I'm saying? I definitely want to see the kid again. I think that he still got talent. He just got some things he got to work on. It just showed that it is levels to this. Say what you want about Haney, but Haney was just a more superior fighter. He was. Yeah, he was more seasoned. Yeah, he was the better boxer. He just was. And Norman. He's like I said. He just got to work on trying to set that right hand up. You know what I'm saying? Like, not everybody's gonna just stand there and let you just punch them. You know what I'm saying? Once you get to the elite level, these dudes know how to move their head. They know how to use their jab effectively. They know how to counter punch you, stuff like that. So, but yeah, shout out to both fighters, man. It was a great fight, and it was a great night for boxing, man. For sure.
Nah, yeah, man. Shout out to Haney. Shout out to the bounce back. You know what I mean? Like, we were kind of waiting to see how you respond. You know what I mean? And he, from what I've heard, a couple of the highlights that I saw, he looked really good, man. So I'm very curious to see what his next fight is. And I agree with you with Norman. I just think that he's a young fighter. He's gonna have many more fights in his career. Let this be a lesson on what he needs to learn. And then come back. Maybe there's an opportunity down the road where maybe he might be able to get a rematch with Haney and prove that he's ready for that test again. So no shame on him, man. Again, man, this is just another way of saying, man, to these fighters, like, look, it's okay to not always win. Like, you know what I mean? I think a lot of fans, even though you do have the L, we remember the effort. We remember that you at least tried for greatness. And I think a lot of real fighting fans respect that. Yeah, you're going to have like the outsiders be like, oh, he's trash and this and that. But who cares about them? You care about people who actually have knowledge about the sport and actually, understand what goes on in this game. So, man, Norman will be fine. And shout out to Devin Haney, man. Shout out to Devin Haney and his camp and his father. Again, Cris made a great observation. He needs to stay at 147. He looked really good. Yeah. And let's see what kind of days he can stack, what kind of wins he can stack up. And there's a slew of fighters that he can try to potentially fight. You know what I'm saying? So
I ultimately think that by next year we get the rematch at 147 with
Norman.
No,
or Ryan Garcia.
Him or Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, it's leaning towards that. You know what I mean? Obviously we got to see what Ryan does. He didn't look really good in his last.
Well, he's about to fight He's trying to get that Mario Barrios fight. So if he wins that belt,
we'll see. We'll see. We still got to see it with Ryan though. Like he still has that.
I mean, you lose
he
to
still
Roman.
has that. He has that one trick pony type of deal right now. I need to see more with him with his punches. Like I need to see more variations.
Nah, I can't see Haney seeing Rolly over there and be like, yeah. Let me get that belt.
No, I can see that. I can see that too. For sure. Rolly, no, yeah. You know what I mean? I think there's so many different options that he can do. I think right now the most exciting one may be the Conor Ben one. Realistically, would be the Conor Ben one. Mm-hmm. The one that probably might be like if you want to have like a pathway to a fight of greatness would probably be I could see Rolly stack up these belts and move forward because I think Devin Haney beats Rolly. Yeah. I don't think it's close
either. I think he does. I think he does what he did to Regis Progress. Same thing.
Yeah, 100%. It'll pretty much be night and day. But I would love to see. I want to see a more I didn't get a chance to see it, but I would love to see a more aggressive Devin Haney, especially at this weight class with the power that he has.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Let's do our BetUS Surefire Picks, man.
Let's do it.
All right, man. What you got?
So for tonight's Monday Night Football game, 49ers versus Panthers, I got the under 49.5. I just like the under. I think the 49ers defense is really good. And then the Panthers offense, they looked good last week with Tet, but they're so inconsistent, man. Like, you just don't know what you're going to get. And then obviously I think the Carolina Panthers defense is kind of underrated a little bit. They play decent ball. Also tonight, I got the Pistons minus 10.5 against the Pacers. Pacers are a terrible team. They're a terrible team. They got a lot of injuries. Pistons are number one. They look amazing and unstoppable right now. Currently in the East, they're number one. So I like the minus 10.5. Heat, Mavs, I like the over 240.5. The Heat, if you haven't been watching, the Heat are like, they're like playing Mike D'Antoni basketball right now. They're just flying up and down the court, man. So it's going to be a lot of possessions, especially with the Mavs and stuff like that. Young team, they're going to be flying around with them. They're not going to know how to control pace or anything like that. So I do love the over 240.5 on that one. And then I love the Suns plus 6.5. Kevin Durant is not going to be playing. He's dealing with some family issues, so prayers out to Kevin Durant. Hopefully it's nothing serious, but he's going to be out the next two games, so he won't be playing tonight or against the Golden State Warriors. And the Suns have been playing some really decent ball, you know what I mean? So I like the Suns plus 6.5 on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Panthers plus the 7 points. I'm not saying they're gonna win, but I do think the game is gonna be closer than what people think it is going to be. I do think that possibility some plays can be made. If Ted McMillan can get some stuff off on these corners, then I think that this game can be really close. So
yeah, for sure.
I went ahead and took some of the Thanksgiving night games. I'm gonna take the Lions minus 2.5 over the Packers. I think it's gonna be a close game, but I do think that the Lions are gonna pull away later in the game. So I got them winning minus 2.5. I'm taking the over in the Chiefs and Dallas game. I think it goes over 52. I just think that there's gonna be points out there to be had, maybe on both sides. So I'm definitely gonna take that.
Is that in Dallas?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then I'm definitely taking the over in the Bengals and Ravens game, the over 51.5.
Yeah, Joe Burrow back. Joe Burrow's back good.
So I think that that's going to be one of those games where, even though I don't think Joe should come back, but no Trey Hendrickson, no somebody else on the defense is out too.
No T's out, but they get Jamar back. So
yeah, they get Jamar Chase back. So, and Burrow's going to spam the shit out of him.
Yeah.
So
if you got Chase in fantasy, but you're gonna have a nice day. You're gonna have a nice day, bro.
So I'm taking over 51.5, and I think Lamar will get back to getting some stuff off on this defense. So.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna talk about football here in a little. There's a lot to talk about, especially with my team.
Oh man, I know you should be happy.
We'll get to it. Get to it. Save that.
All right, man. I did want to do some predictions for Thanksgiving games because those are the Thursday day slates. So the early morning game is the Bengals. Well, no, it's the Lions and Packers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with the Packers in that game. I mean the Lions in that game, even though they had a close one with the Giants. I just think that the Lions offense is going to be too stifling for that Packers defense. And I think it's going to be close because it's an NFC North game. So I think it's going to come down to the wire. But I'm going to go with the Lions. I'm going to say 35-27.
This game is going to be interesting because the Lions need this game. Like, because they're not too far from not making the playoffs. You know what I mean? There's a lot of teams in that position. Yeah. And the Packers as well. Like, you know what I mean? I think, like, we went from there might be, 2 to 3 teams making it out of the NFC North. It might just be one. Might be 2, maybe 1, depending on certain situations that happen towards the end of this year. Like the Bears is looking like the team to beat in that division. But look, man, this game is going to be interesting because you got the likes of Micah Parsons, who's been very productive. This Lions offensive line has looked very sketchy, especially against the New York Giants. Now, we can have an honest debate on whose D line you like more. I might lean more towards the New York Giants. I think they just got more depth on that side. I think that's a good conversation to have. Even though I think the Packers defensive line is pretty damn good, but the cornerback situation for the Detroit Lions is horrendous. They're terrible, dog. They are terrible, bro. Like the shit that Jameis. And shout out to Jameis. Jameis was funny as shit. And I love that pregame speech. We outside, but we inside. I fuck with him. But Jameis Winston was just like, come on, man. When you do there were so many trick plays. So many Hail Marys that Jameis Winston got a touchdown. Off of y'all. That is
we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that.
I know we're gonna talk about it, but it's part of the conversation. They are so bad. But my God, Jahmyr Gibbs is so fucking good, bro. He is so good, bro. And I don't understand for the life of me why they still don't try to create plays for Jamison Williams, because he is your second fastest player. And I love Amon-Ra St. Brown. He should be your number one. But they need to find a way to get Jamison Williams the ball, especially you don't have Sam Laporta out there. He's gone for the whole year with the neck injury or back injury or something like that.
Back injury.
Prayers out to him. Hopefully, that gets resolved and he's able to come back and have a healthy career. That's always a scary thing. But find a way to feature Jamison. He is we saw when you find a way. And don't get me wrong, he had a couple bad drops. He does have problems with dropping the ball. But I think they need to find, whether it's reverses, whether it's quick screens, they need to find ways to just add him in, get more creative. I think the thing with the Lions is they lost a lot of creativity with Ben Johnson not being there no more. You don't see the creativity at all. It's just kind of it looks like they try to get creative, but it's not in the same temperament as a madness of a Ben Johnson. You know what I mean? It's missing a little lust. But my God, sorry for the rant, but I'm gonna go with the Lions. I'm gonna go with the Lions because I still hate this Packers offense, even though Emmanuel Wilson, I do like Emmanuel Wilson. He looked good.
Nice.
I was kind of mad that I sat him on my bench because I had a lot of hope for the Patriots, which we're going to talk about with that purpose anyways. But I like the Lions because I just think that Jahmyr Gibbs is going to find a way to just break it open and get it through. And I don't trust Jordan Love in that offense at all. I'm assuming Josh Jacobs will come back, but you got the 1-2 with that. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Lions, man. But even then, I'm still not gonna be 100% sure. This game could go anyway.
Yeah, for sure. And then you got my Chiefs traveling to Dallas to face the Cowboys. Both of them coming off of coming back wins on against opponents that were formidable. This is an interesting game, man. Coming off a short week, man, this is gonna be tough. I ain't gonna hold you. If this is the game, and look, we supposed to, of course I want us to win out. But if any game we could drop, it would be this one because it's against the NFC opponent. The only games we can't drop is the AFC opponents. We cannot lose against those guys. I'm gonna pick us to win, but it's gonna be 31-28.
I just think Dallas is the better team, man. I think Dallas's offense is really good. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Dallas. I'm just gonna go with Dallas. I'm gonna go with Dallas. I think they win. I'm gonna go 27-23.
For sure. And then you got the night game, Bengals and Ravens. I guess Joe Burrows is playing this week.
He is.
I don't see a world where Bengals. I mean, Joe Burrows would have to come back and throw for 500 yards.
Yeah, that's the only way.
Six touchdowns. Yeah. I don't see it. I think the Ravens defense is actually playing really good ball right now. I think he's gonna be rusty. He's not gonna be, hitting on all cylinders like that. So I'm gonna go with the Ravens. I don't think this game is gonna be close. I'm gonna say a score 28-10.
Yeah, the only way the Bengals have a real shot with this offense is Brown's going to have to rush over 120 yards. He needs that. They need to have a running game to go alongside that passing game, play a little play action, which they are very allergic to doing. This defense they have no shot. Even though the way Lamar and them look, they didn't look really good against the Jets. But I think Lamar's still dealing with certain injuries. He doesn't look normal. Mm-mm. And Derrick Henry be pissing me off sometimes, bro. I know you're a great all-time back, brother, but it might be the age. You might start being wearing down, but you don't run with the same veracity. Like you can't even score from the one at times. Like you were able to do it 2 times this past week, but I don't know. But I'm gonna take the Ravens. I just think they're the better team, and honestly, we're just gearing up for them to win this division. Like it's looking like clear as day at this point.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's do a little bit of random news. It is now time for Maul's random news.
What's up, everybody? So everybody who normally doesn't tune into the Wednesday shows because we are late. I know, some of y'all are old and some of y'all got bedtimes at 7 o'clock, so y'all don't stay up for this. We usually do random news on Wednesdays, but since it's Thanksgiving weekend and we're not doing a show on Wednesday, we're gonna bring it to you Monday. So I'm gonna read a whole bunch of different topics that we normally wouldn't really talk about on our show or wouldn't fit in. We'll just do the time, but we're gonna get Chris's. Chris got a great mouth. Chris got a great mind, man. We need mouth should kind of pause. Yeah, that's just yo, kind of X that out, brother. X that out. I kind of it didn't come out the way I thought. Relax. Relax. That shit came out wrong. But anyways, we want to know Chris's thoughts on certain situations, and I might pop in depending on what it is. So, sir, are you ready?
Let's go.
All right. So, today, Chauncey Billups was, he was arraigned today. He pleaded not guilty to charges of wire fraud, conspiracy, money laundering, conspiracy, and on Monday during a court appearance at a federal court in Brooklyn. Billups has been accused of being a face card in a scheme that helped lure players to illegal poker games that trick victims out of millions of dollars. All charges carry a maximum punishment of 20 years in prison if convicted. He did have a bond of $5 million, and I think he ended up putting his house up for collateral for that situation. What are your thoughts with this whole situation so far from what we've seen? And
it's an unfortunate situation. He's, him saying he's not guilty. I know Damon Jones also pleaded not guilty. Also,
Terry Rozier is going to be arraigned in a couple weeks, I believe.
So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of evidence they can prove that they weren't a part of nothing. Obviously they feel like they got something to show that he wasn't a part of it. His lawyers, I don't know, but right now it's not looking good for him. What I'm saying? And they look like they're the ones that's going to be the scapegoats out of all this whole case thing. So somebody's going down. I don't know who, but somebody might be going down.
Yeah, that $5 million bond is wild. You know what I mean? So man, prayers out to everybody in that situation. Obviously, this is all just, alleged. So we'll see how it goes, man. This is going to be, I think the next big thing is Terry Rozier. And then I think bigger things that won't happen until I think first quarter next year. So we'll have to wait and see. Next up, Jeff T. He's made some comments. So Jeff T says that he's picking Jay-Z in a 20 song versus battle against Cash Money / Young Money. You put Lil Wayne, Drake, and Nicki Minaj together, and they still couldn't beat Hove. What's your thoughts with Jeff T's thoughts with that, and do you agree or disagree with him?
See them. That's difficult, man.
So you're taking Lil Wayne, Drake, and Nicki Minaj on one side, and against just Jay-Z.
No, you probably had to take the field because there's more songs for them. You know what I'm saying? Like you take
20 songs, so you got 20 songs max. So you're gonna have to pick your best from Lil Wayne, your best from Drake, your best from Nicki, just total 20.
I mean, that's gonna be difficult on their side. Yeah, because then they're gonna have to converse on who's getting more songs.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
Jay-Z,
right. Yeah, that's a conversation.
And then Jay-Z. And then I always say in these verses, man, it ain't about the song selection. It is about the song selection, but if we're doing performances, it's about the performance, man.
Yeah, it's about the live piece. Yeah.
Jay-Z can go up there with his DJ and kick ass. And
we saw Unplugged. We saw Unplugged, man.
That's what I'm saying. You get up there and kick ass. And then Wayne and Drake and Nicki Minaj all discombobulated. They all out of order. They look all messed up. They don't remember their verses. I think Drake will remember his verses, but maybe Nicki too. But Wayne, I don't know.
Yeah, his live performances are terrible. Let's call it spade a spade. Lil Wayne. So let me ask you this question. Out of Drake, Lil Wayne, and Nicki Minaj, who do you think has the most songs and who do you think has the least?
It would have to be Drake.
Yeah.
Wayne got some stuff, but Wayne got some stuff. And I'm not saying Nicki don't, but you're putting Nicki against Jay? No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Nicki would probably have to have the least amount, I would think.
I think
Drake would have to. It's tough between Drake and Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Wayne has a lot of shit. He has a lot of stuff. I guess I would go with Drake. If we're going to add the performance level on it, you would probably want Drake on stage a little bit more.
Yeah.
With Lil Wayne, honest. You would not want Lil Wayne on stage. And if you're just playing the track, then it's different.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. If we talking track for track, then they really got a chance.
But, they got really a chance, for sure.
But we talking performance. Like I said, we seen it in these verses, man. You can pick all these Dipset gonna wash the locks, which I didn't think that, but it was just like, nah, bro, the perception.
Yeah, the perception, and then Jada pretty much won it on his own. So you know what I mean? Could have been Jada Kiss versus Dipset, and Jada would have won that shit. Jada would have won that shit. So it's an interesting topic. We will never see it, but it's interesting. Next up, man, Formula One Grand Prix ended in Las Vegas. You know what I mean? It looks like another successful weekend. I haven't really heard too many complaints or anything about it. We were busy, but it seems like doesn't seem like it's going anywhere anytime soon. A deal is being negotiated that could keep the Formula One Grand Prix in Las Vegas until 2037. LVCVA officials say a long-term deal will allow F1 to make investments in permanent infrastructure that would reduce annual setup and teardown disruptions for local residents. What are your thoughts with that? Do you disagree? Do you agree? Do you like F1 here? Do you not? What are your thoughts?
I mean, I'm indifferent to F1 because I'm not a race guy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not into race car driving and stuff like that, but I respect it. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's bringing revenue to the city, bring it back. Bring it back. With people coming out, spending a lot of money, and it's helping the city out. Why would I complain about that? You know what I'm saying? And for the most part, we working, on the strip. So,
prominent side of the strip too.
Yeah. So it's not like, they didn't bother me.
They were cool. Everybody that I met were really respectable, respectable people. Very nice people. Compared to some of the other conventions that we get. Some of y'all conventions need some manner lessons for sure. But look, man, my whole thoughts with it is I understand it. Like I always thought that, with Vegas and F1, I thought it was a marriage that would last for a long time. I get it. I think the first year rubbed people the wrong way with the messaging behind F1, where it's like, if you ain't got a ticket, stay far away from the strip. We don't want you. I think the only thing that F1 really needs to work on is kind of ingratiating itself more into the Vegas community, Vegas locals. Not be so disparaging on not wanting people there. Like you gotta have a formal thing with local residents, man. Like I think it could be so much more popular if they would allow people to view it. Like you're taking up a public street, a main public street, and you're not allowing people to watch it. I think the whole idea of it, like, look, if you want to buy tickets to this thing, you can buy tickets for certain areas. You got DJs, food, all that type of stuff. But if you're walking up down the strip, I think that would be just a cool thing, like for people to be able to, and obviously you don't want to clog up the sidewalks and stuff like that, but you put it in the middle of one of the busiest streets in all the world. So they need to find a way.
Or if you just do, even if the people can't come to the race and they can't afford it, do little stuff
watch
during the week. Do something during the week for do something for the kids. Have little stuff at the grand go-kart places or whatever. Do something at Town Square where they come out and the kids can come out and get free shirts and stuff like that.
Have a driver meetup, which they might do, but it seems like a lot of the F1 stuff is more towards the rich and the famous and stuff like that. You don't really see a lot of stuff within the community. Like when the Super Bowl will come out here, you see things with the community. You see them getting involved with flag football. You see them involving themselves in local sports, like stuff like that. I wish F1 will do more stuff like that. Like, yeah, you can cater to the rich folks and have special events for them and all that, but ingratiate yourself more with the locals, for the people that may not have the opportunity to go see an event like that. Like, you can create so much like future for your league, whether it's, you might inspire one of these young kids to be the next big F1 driver, like a next Lewis Hamilton or Carlos Sainz or whoever the case may be. You know what I mean? Shout out to Max Verstappen. I said you was going to win the race. You won it hands down. I watched the race, and honestly, it wasn't really close. I was expecting it to be a little bit more exciting, but you pretty much led from start to finish. So, but shout out to F1, man, and hopefully as things go better. And I agree. I think with them being added on, if it can help limit the infrastructure annual setup where it doesn't impede on traffic and stuff like that, you already have stuff set up. I think that's also a great thing as well. So shout out to them. Next up, the Academy has officially published their list of animated films that can be nominated for the Oscars Best Animated Feature category next year, and 5 animes have been included on the list. First one is Demon Slayer Infinity Castle, Chainsaw Man, the movie Res Arc, Scarlet, Colorful Stage, the movie A Miku Who Can't Sing, and 100 Meters. What are your thoughts with this? And I don't know if you've seen these movies or not, but who do you think should win out of those 5?
It's either between Demon Slayer or Chainsaw Man. I watched both movies. I didn't see the other movies, unfortunately, but yeah, I saw Demon Slayer and Chainsaw Man, and visually on the screen, masterpieces.
Yeah. Who would you pick out of between those two if you had to pick one? If you had to put your money?
It's hard. It's difficult, man, because they're so different in pacing and movies. Like Demon Slayer, it was like you in the action from the jump.
Yeah.
Where Chainsaw Man was a slower pace to get to, but once it got to it, it was like
yeah,
it was like a train wreck, chaos, everything. So it was like they're just two different pacings of movies, but visually, I probably would edge Demon Slayer, just for some of the stuff that they do. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the colorful stuff. Just Demon Slayer is already like, if you watch any of the show, if you watch the first movie, the train arc, and the other movies, they're always visually just great.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's one of the most visual great animes that probably been ever made, because some of the stuff that they just do with the visual art. So So I probably edge Demon Slayer, just some of the stuff that they do, some of the twisting and turning of the world that they're in and all this stuff. So yeah, I'll probably edge it to Demon Slayer, but I'm not mad if you say Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, for sure, man. Shout out to them. I think this is the first time they've done it with this category. So I think it's great that, like we all see the anime culture getting huge. You know what I mean? It's growing. So I think this is a great thing now that these are getting Oscar nominated. Like what could this mean for the future of anime? You know what I mean? So that's great to see. And you know what I mean? I watch anime here and there. I've never watched Chainsaw Man. I've heard great things about it.
Oh man, when you get a chance, like watch it. Watch
I've heard great things about it. Yeah, I've heard great. I want to check it out. I've seen Demon Slayer. I like Demon Slayer a lot. So yeah, shout out to the whole anime community, man. Y'all doing big things, man. Shout out to y'all. Next up, man, with Florida State, we thought that maybe they might go into another direction. Well, it looks like they're gonna keep Mike Norvell. If you're a Florida State Seminole fan, I don't know if you like that, hate it, you punch in air. I don't know what you're doing, lighting a candle. I don't know, but it seems like Florida State is going to retain Mike Norvell. What are your thoughts with this? Are you surprised that they did it? They decided to keep him, or did you kind of expect them to go this route?
What's the definition of insanity?
Go ahead,
doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. And time again, these football programs do the same shit, expecting a different result. No, it's not gonna work. You should let them go and go into a different direction. It can't get I guess it could, but look, man, Florida State ain't been Florida State since James Winston in there.
Yeah, that's true.
They ain't been that good since then. So They got to go a different direction. Man, it should be no reason why Florida State should be this bad.
I think he can. I think he can recruit. It's just something that just doesn't click when it gets on that field, man. Like you had that. They started off great. Like they had the great win against Alabama. They started off really great. But then what was the Virginia game? I think they started off 4-0. And then when that Virginia game happened, it lost all the confidence in the world. And it just looked like last year all over again. So I'm shocked that they decided to keep Mike Norvell, especially with some of the names that
actually, I take that back. I'm sorry. They haven't been the same since the injury to old boy Jordan Travis. Because remember, they were supposed to be.
Yeah, that was.
If he doesn't get hurt, if he doesn't get hurt, they probably go to the playoffs and be a formidable opponent.
Yeah,
as
no doubt.
Keon Coleman and the other kid. So
yeah, man. Shout out to Jordan Travis. I know that kind of ended his career, man. That sucked, man. He had a promising career, man. So that sucked, man. I don't know. We'll see. If I'm a Florida State fan, I'm furious right now. I'm furious, and I don't know what it's going to look like and how recruiting is going to go with Miami being up there now and their recruiting getting better. We got to see what Florida gets with the coaching and stuff like that. So we'll see what's up. Yeah, we got Virginia Tech with them hiring.
Just the ACC period. You know
the ACC period. Yeah, for sure. All right, next up, man. A weird story here. I just want to get your quick thoughts. 2 Texas men have been indicted in a wild plot to invade a tiny island to kill the men and women, to kill all the men and use women and children as their sex slaves. They were arrested. I think they were trying to go to Haiti, I believe, and try to kill all the men out there and then use the women and children as their sex slaves. Well, that didn't happen. They got arrested and stuff like that, and they got indicted. What are your thoughts with this, and how long do you think those 2 men would have survived trying to kill all the men on one little island?
I don't think they would have got far. Somebody would have got knocked them off, but I mean, unless they had just like heavy artillery coming with them or something.
Yeah, like what are we talking about, man? It's 2 of y'all against a whole island of men, like, bro. And Haiti ain't playing, bro. Like, I don't know if you get past 2 or 3 guys, bro. I don't even know, man. Like, it's
chop your ass up.
Yeah, one of them females might have chopped your ass up. Like, let's be real, man. You act like that's like a weak culture, but it kind of just shows you the insanity in some of these people. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah, this world is crazy.
What are we doing, man? Next up, Mike Epps has some comments about men coming home from jail. I'm gonna play the sound of this and just want to get your thoughts.
Wrong journeys to celebrate. Those are the wrong journeys to celebrate, young men. There's no reward for coming home after 30 years. You don't get a care package. You are a failure. Get out here and help these kids. Now, pay that back forward. You see what I'm saying? That's the reward.
So he was kind of stating on how men get celebrated from coming home from jail. He says they shouldn't be celebrated coming from jail because you were in jail. You're a failure. There's a reason why you were in jail. You shouldn't be celebrated that you just got out. What are your thoughts with Mike Epps? Do you agree, disagree with his sentiments?
I get him. I get where he's coming from, and I'm not saying that he's wrong. But if you ain't seen your dad, your mom, your uncle, your brother for 30 years, 25 years, how long they was in prison, you're gonna celebrate it, them being home. Now, what they do after that, that's what they, that's something that they got to figure out. But and I think the thing is that the problem is when guys come home from prison, do they have a strong support system? You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard to get a job coming from prison because a lot of these jobs don't hire you. You got a criminal background. So now what do? They resort to what they know and whatever they're doing to get their asses back in there. So if they have a strong support system, and I think they do need that. You need to be, hey, he's home. All right, let's help this dude out. You know what I'm saying? Let's try to get him a job. Hey, you got a job? You got somewhere you can put him at? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my job, I hire him. I put in a good word for him. Hey, man, you're going to be, you got to be a janitor, but you work your way up. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's just more so having a strong support system. And, you know what I'm saying? You're not celebrating them being in prison. You're celebrating that they're home. All right, let's make sure that he has the strong support system that he doesn't go back in there. So
Yeah.
I don't think it's a problem. Like I said, if you have, for example, if the man comes home and he has some kids, they gonna celebrate him. You do, oh, you a failure, Dad. F you. No, if he still has that relationship with his children and they went there to go see him, and I can't wait to see your dad. They're gonna celebrate him when he comes home. You can't tell their kid not to celebrate their parent coming home. So
yeah, no, I agree with you. I think when with most situations, it's more of a celebration of seeing the person coming out of those circumstances and hopefully becoming a better man. Yeah. I kind of, but I also agree with Mike Epps. Like there have been certain situations, especially with certain celebrities, where they'll parade them around like it's a fucking parade that they got out of jail. You know what I mean? And
like Max B.
Yeah, like Max B. You know what I mean? And it's just like, all right, like it kind of would be the same situation when Diddy comes out. You know what I mean? Or like they're gonna parade him around and people are gonna celebrate, people are gonna have parties in his honor. And I think that's kind of what he means. Like, but at the same time, it's like I get what he's saying. Like, yeah, just because you get out of jail, that it shouldn't be a full-blown celebration. It's time for you to give back to the community. It's time for you to show us what you have learned from the time that you were in jail. Are you a better human being? Are you a better person? Do you have more knowledge to be able to teach these young kids, especially these young Black kids, that, you know, this way ain't the way. You know what I mean? I think he means it more about that situation, but I agree. I think on both aspects, like I totally agree with what you said, that I think for the majority of the time, I think it's just a celebration of just happiness of seeing somebody that you truly love getting out of that situation, because we all know how bad jail can be. I've never been in there and don't want to go in there, but I've heard plenty of stories. Like I see this motherfucker on TikTok that makes ramen with every fucking thing, whether it's desserts and all that shit. And that shit does not look appealing to me. I'm sorry. I'm cool, brother. I'm cool. So, but yeah, man, shout out to Mike Epps. I know he means well by that. Next up, Angel McCoughtry, well-known WNBA basketball player, legend. She kind of goes off on Michael Porter Jr. Michael Porter Jr. has said, some wild things about WNBA players. And Angel McCoughtry telling him to come to a WNBA practice to really see what goes on. She says NBA players load madness for headaches, while WNBA players deserve credit for being able to drop 40 on their period, come back to play after pregnancy, and still hoop while having a husband and kids at home. If you notice real quick, the elites, Kobe, don't say this kind of stuff about us. He never did. He only uplifted us and supported us. Bron doesn't talk like that. Why don't the elites talk like that? What are your thoughts with Angel McCoughtry?
I do think it was wild what Michael Porter Jr. said. He had to go that far. That was low. You in the 8th grade, you would have scored 35. That's messed up, bro. Even though he was a big ass kid, but yeah, man, you had to go there. You didn't have to go there. Like that's how that I get it. You know what I'm saying? You trying to stick up for your league, but you had to go there, player. So I don't mind. I'm not mad at what she's saying. She's sticking up for her league. That's what she's doing. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to stick it, even if somebody else don't believe what she's saying, and they feel like Michael Porter could have dominated when in his 8th grade year. But I don't personally think he would. But you know what I'm saying? But somebody might think that. But I'm not mad at her for sticking up for her league, because she plays that league. And we both said that league is physical. Like, them girls don't play.
Oh, yeah, no, they don't play. No.
They'll bust you upside your head.
Yeah, they play more physical than the NBA right now. It's just because it's more loud. You know what I mean? Like, it's a growing sport. But
it is. But I'm just saying, like, them girls is physical. They don't play. They play on a 90 and 90 out basis now. And now the men do play more games. So, they probably a little bit more wear and tear on their body. But still, you know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at her for sticking up for her league. So
it's a growing league. Like, at the end of the day, man, like Michael Porter Jr. just has to put more respect on the WNBA players, man. He just needs to, man. It gets to a point where it's just like stuff that you say it's not productive. It's not productive. Like, at the end of the day, like, they're a growing league. They're gonna go through their trials and tribulations. And I agree. Like, look, you can miss me with the kids and the man at home. Like, the man has a wife and kids at home. It's the same situation. But like the pregnancy, the periods and stuff like that, we don't know what that pain feels like. We don't know what the experience is like that. And we've been around many women in our lives to see the amount of pain that they go through with some of their periods and all that stuff like that. So we got to put respect on her name. Michael Porter Jr., just be better. But I'm not mad at Angel, man. She fight. I don't know. I'm all for it. Next up, man, seems like the measles are making a comeback. Measles outbreak in Arizona and Utah shows no sign of slowing down, putting the U.S. dangerously close to losing its elimination status for the vaccine preventable disease. What's your thoughts, man? You worried? Not worried? Should people get back on the little vaccine thing? What's going on?
If you get it, then I'll start being worried. Nah, I mean, hey, man, measles ain't nothing to play with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So hopefully he doesn't make it his way out here to Vegas.
Nah, it's next door, man. So it better not. It better not. I'm cool. Next up, Brendan Fraser, man. He confirms that he is returning for the new The Mummy movie. I've been waiting 20 years for this call. Now it's time to give the fans what they want. Are you excited to see Brendan Fraser make a return to The Mummy? And will you be watching it?
As long as the family's with him. Where's Rachel? What's her name? Rachel Wise. Where's she at?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're gonna try to get her back.
You gotta bring her on. And the son is older now. He about to be like 40 now.
Yeah, maybe it might be a situation where they're older, and then he's the one that kind of goes off, and then as the old dad, he has his fillers in and stuff like that.
Now he should have a family and son too. So
yeah,
maybe it's that next generation, Gen Z mummy.
Yeah,
it's a Gen Z mummy.
Yeah, did you like the Tom Cruise one? The Tom Cruise mummy?
Hell no.
I didn't like it either. Like, look, man.
I did like the Jet Li one. The one with Jet Li, that was fire.
Oh yeah. Look, man. The mummy movies are done, man. Like, can we just get something more creative, dog? Like just
I don't mind if it's Brendan Fraser coming back.
I don't mind it, but it gets to a point where it's like, all right,
I hear you, but I don't mind the original cast.
That's like my man Harrison Ford still trying to be Indiana Jones. Like, come on, man. Come on, dog. You can't hop over that rock no more, dog.
I didn't mind the one with him and Shia LaBeouf. I just thought they should have just passed the torch to Shia LaBeouf and made him do
Yeah, like if you want to pass the torch, it's kind of like Bond. Like Bond will always be here. They find new Bonds. But I'm talking about like y'all literally try to drag these 80-year-old men to tell me that this man can still hop over boulders, fight 10 men. Like, come on, man. Like, miss me with that. Liam Neeson need to retire too. No one believes you're doing Taken no more, bro. Like, you're old, brother. Like, let it go. Find me a new Liam Neeson that could do Taken or something. Because eventually that's going to come back. It's going to come back. All right, next up, all my Nisa Ultima fans. I got some sad news. Nisa Ultima was produced in 1992 and will be discontinued after the 2025 model year, along with the Nissan Maxima, which was introduced in 1984. What are your thoughts with this? You ever owned a Nissan Maxima or Nissan Ultima?
My mom had a Nissan Maxima. I love that car.
I used to like the Nissan Ultima. Maxima was cool too.
Ultima was cool, but I like the Maximas better.
Yeah, no, I do. Hey, man.
Shout out to Nissan.
Shout out to them, man.
They were staples in the 2000s, man.
Yeah, the Ultimas were very popular when I was in high school. They were very popular.
If you had an Ultima or Maxima, boy, you was that dude.
Nah, yeah, for sure, man. Sad to see it go, but it seems like it's going to be a collector's item now. So if you got one, try to maintain it, man. It could be worth some here in like 10 years or something like that. Next up, man, all three major record labels, Universal Music, Sony Music, and Warner Music, have reportedly licensed their works to a music AI streaming service. So that means that any songs, music that has been produced under these record labels can be used in the AI streaming, to create new artists, use, voices and stuff like that, and all that type of stuff like that, reincarnations of things. What are your thoughts with this? Are we heading down a dark way with music?
Yeah, we are. But I ain't gonna lie, I gotta admit something. I heard a trap soul version of Billie Jean. It was kind of fun.
This man went to the dark side, y'all. This man went to the dark side, man.
No, it was on TikTok. And they played the song, and I was, I'm ready to hate on it. I was ready to hate on it, but I heard it, and I was like, "They should have sold this to Bryson Tiller, dog."
Oh man, this man about to start listening to AI music now, man.
Nah, I'm not. I'm just saying. I ain't gonna lie, man. It was kind of fire.
Nah, man. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. Next up, man, Callaway acquired Topgolf for $2 billion in 2020, but is now selling the business to a PE firm, private PE firm for $1.1 billion. Same venue sales are down double digits. Higher rates have destroyed returns, and Callaway stock is down 50% over 5 years. We've all been to Topgolf, man. What are your thoughts with this? It seems like Topgolf is not,
man.
Yeah, they are.
Go to Atomic Golf. Yeah, in Vegas. Go to Atomic Golf. Get the same type of fun, cheaper price.
They just got to lower the prices, bro. I haven't been to Topgolf in a very long time. It's very, very expensive. I remember last time when I went, it was like 5 or 6 of us, and our bill was almost like $1,000. It was insane.
Go to Atomic Golf. Same fun, cheaper prices.
Yeah, it's insane, man. Topgolf, they just got to get the pricing. A lot of these companies need to fix the pricing. Things are just getting way too expensive to the point where people just can't afford it no more. And that's why you're seeing people going out less and going out to dinners. And like, hell, you even got McDonald's, trying to change their prices because they getting people to not come no more. All right, man. Next up, Ray J says that only Chris Brown and Usher can outshine him, and no other R&B artist is better than him. Gotta love Ray J, man. What are your thoughts with this? Do you agree?
Man,
disagree?
Ray J the fuck out of here, man. I blame Vince Staples for this shit.
Why you blame Vince, man?
Because he said he was the greatest of all time, and he ran with that. Ray J, you're not good, man.
You don't like Ray J?
You guys,
come on, man. He had one wish, bruh.
One wish was he should have sold that to somebody else, but he was terrible on that song.
Wait a minute with Lil Kim.
Wait a minute was fire. I do like that song, but Lil Kim's verse was say it held that song up. Even what's the other song?
Which one?
Was my man?
Hey, that was my shit.
Shout out to Young Bird.
Yeah,
could have sold that to anybody else because
Young Bird was probably the star of that shit, but you know it is what it is.
Ray J said the same thing about 15, 20 times.
You gotta love the confidence, though. I
was never a Ray J fan. I never was.
Yeah,
but hey, I think he should have stuck to acting. That's what I think he should have did.
Yeah, man. I know he brought up Bryson Tiller name, saying Bryson Tiller can't. Bryson Tiller already lapped you, brother. Sorry. I still fuck with you, Ray J, but nah. All right, next up, University of Michigan Regent Jordan Acker said the Wolverines would consider going independent when the current media rights deal expires in 2036 if the Big Ten agrees to receive a private capital investment without unanimous approval. What are your thoughts with this? With Michigan potentially being an independent like Notre Dame?
At this point, man, college football, dog, it's a wild west, dog.
Who knows how this shit gonna look in 5 years from now, man?
Everybody can be independent, though.
They might all be private in their own right, and just it's getting weird. Next up, Trump's transportation secretary on how to improve air travel. Quote, sometimes you just have to ask people, hey, let's go back to an era where we didn't wear our pajamas to the airport. We actually might dress up a little bit. What are your thoughts with him that not wearing pajamas would improve air travel?
Mind your damn business. That's what my thought is. What is it to you? As long as they ain't wearing no revealing lingerie to the plane. If I want to wear my little pajama pants and shit to the damn airport, I'm gonna wear my house shoes, nigga. I won't wear it.
Yeah.
What's wrong with these people, man? They're telling us what to wear. They trying to control us, man.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah,
this ain't 1940 where everybody's wearing dresses and suits to the damn airport.
Brother, it hasn't been a year yet. I'm over. I'm tired, boss. I'm tired. I'm so tired of everything in that area, but I'm so tired. Next up, man. The Stars claim the Mavericks listed Las Vegas as team headquarters for the Dallas Mavericks, fueling conversations amongst Mavericks fans that the reason why they traded Luka Doncic is because the Adelsons are trying to move the Mavericks to Las Vegas. What are your thoughts with this?
Go ahead and bring them here, dog. Hey, y'all get y'all Cooper Flag jerseys ready for Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Cooper, stay out them casinos, dog.
Yeah, man. Shout out. Hey, Mavericks fans. Yeah, y'all gotta let Luka go, man. I'm so tired of seeing y'all still wishing Luka is still here and thinking he's gonna come back. All right, next up, hourly Walgreens employees will reportedly no longer receive paid time off for 6 major holidays, including Thanksgiving and Christmas, after the pharmacy giant was acquired by a private equity firm, Sycamore Partners. So hourly employees will not get paid for time off for the major holidays anymore. What are your thoughts with that?
And what's this company again?
It's Walgreens. They were bought by a private equity firm of Sycamore Partners.
That's messed up. That's messed up.
Well, what are we doing?
What's y'all doing, man? Y'all just to be trying to lowball the working man. Every chance y'all get, y'all try to cut corners. Stop reasons to get paid so y'all can get y'all. That's what it is. Y'all want to get your bonuses. Just say that.
They want everything to be a sweatshop. That's what they're trying to do. They want everything to be a sweatshop without rights. That's what they're trying to accomplish right now. And right now they're getting away with the shit.
Walgreens, go holler at Teamsters, man.
No, that's the last people they're gonna talk to. They ain't doing that. All right, man. We got a couple more. Next up, Waymo co-CEO warns fatal crashes in self-driving cars are coming, and the company is already planning for them. We don't say whether, we say when, and we plan for fatal crashes. So Waymo is a new, it's kind of like a new Tesla and stuff like that. Self-driving cars, stuff like that. What are your thoughts on this when the CEO of a company of a car that you purchase says that eventually there will be fatalities in this car?
I mean, he probably shouldn't have said it out loud, but I mean, he's not lying. I mean, you can say that about any car. Any car is somebody's gonna, unfortunately pass away in a car wreck. But he shouldn't have said it out loud. I think he should have kept that to himself.
Yeah, man, it's pretty crazy, Next up, Patrick Beverley made some news last week. He's accused of punching his sister in the eye and choking her for up to 30 seconds at a home in Texas. This is per TMZ. Beverly then seemingly scolded his sister before he grabbed her by her neck with both hands and picked her up off the ground. By having her feet come up from the floor, his sister claims his grasp on her neck made her feel pain as if she was losing oxygen and unable to breathe, which lasted between 20 and 30 seconds. The sister stated Beverly took her out of the bedroom by the neck and slammed her body against the walls of an open room area of the house. She claims Beverly then laid on the sofa, stood on top of her, and punched her approximately 1 time on her left eye with a closed fist. The sister added Beverly made a comment that he will be the family relative to kill her. He was arraigned. Obviously, this is all alleged. What are your thoughts with this whole
If it's true, slide his ass under the prison. You hitting on your sister, dog? You shouldn't be hitting no woman, period.
Yeah.
Unless your life is threatened. But outside of that, you shouldn't be hitting no woman. And you hitting on your family, your sister?
Yeah.
If it's true, slide him under the prison, dog. Don't even think about it.
Yeah. Nah, it's pretty crazy if that's true. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. All right, next up and last thing, MLB got this new TV rights deal. It seems like ESPN, NBC, and Netflix all acquired rights to MLB TV. With NBC Universal secures the rights for NBC, NBCSN, and Peacock to Sunday Night Baseball, Sunday leadoff, and the entire wild card round. Netflix to carry the T-Mobile Home Run Derby, opening night exclusive, and special events, including 2026, MLB at Field of Dreams game, and World Baseball Classic in Japan. And I think ESPN got the rights to the World Series. I could be wrong, but it looks like it's in that capacity. What are your thoughts with the new MLB TV rights? What do you think?
I guess it's a good thing. Try to make them more accessible for the people, I guess. They still got to figure out the whole thing, trying to get, because people want to see their team play.
Yeah.
So they got to get that right.
Mm-hmm.
They got the MLB stuff, but And all these teams got like individual deals with different, companies or whatever. But they got to figure that part out so people can get more eyes on so the fan base can get more eyes on the team that they love to watch. So.
Oh, so ESPN got the out of market games, so they'll get out of market, select in market games, and they also will be taking over MLB TV. So that's what ESPN got.
Oh, so they doing like they did with NFL.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, if it's more accessible, if it's a one-stop shop that they're trying to do, then that looks like what ESPN is trying to do to get y'all to come watch all the NFL games over here, get you to watch baseball over here, basketball probably gonna be on that slate too. So, they're trying to be a one-stop shop. If it helps get more eyes on the sport, then I'm all for it.
I hate this because they're all forcing us to watch it on that dumbass ESPN Unlimited bullshit app.
I know.
And I hate that shit. That was the main reason why YouTube TV went through its whole shit with the NFL and ABC, and it's ESPN is terrible, bro. I'm sorry, it's terrible, bro. But
$24.99. That's all I gotta say.
I'm gonna say, yo, it's coming close, bro. Shit, I might be doing that shit, but man, that's it, man. For random news, man. I know that was long, but yeah, man, we didn't do it on Wednesday. We're not gonna be here this Wednesday, so yeah, man. That's what's going on in the world.
All right, Mom. Thanksgiving is coming up this week.
It is.
So I want to know on Thursday when you sit down at the table or on the couch, wherever you're going to be at.
Yup.
What's going to be on your plate, sir?
Oh, my plate? We're going to have that deep fried turkey on that plate. We're going to have that deep fried. It has to be deep fried. I can't eat turkey any other way now. It has to be deep fried for me. So a little bit of deep fried turkey. Gotta have the mac and cheese. If you ain't got mac and cheese on your plate, I don't trust you. So gotta have mac and cheese. We're gonna have something green on there, whether it's green bean casserole, whether it's greens, whatever the case may be, whatever you like. It's gonna be something green on there. Just makes the plate look a little colorful. I gotta have my candy yams on there. My candy yams gotta be on there. Sorry. I'm a candy yam lover. Need that ASAP. Cornbread gotta be on it. You ain't got cornbread, I'm fighting you. Square up. What else needs to be on my plate? Like, I know people like cranberry sauce. I'm not mad at it. It's just not something I need. But yeah, that's pretty much what's gonna be on my plate, brother. It's gonna be on my plate. Not including like all the desserts. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I need to have some ham on my plate.
I'm not mad at ham.
I gotta have some ham on there. Turkey is gotta be dark meat because dark meat is more juicier. So I gotta have some dark meat turkey on there. Dressing.
Yeah, I need dressing. Yeah, I do need that. I need that.
Some dressing on.
I almost forgot about that. Yeah, I need that.
Mac and cheese. I'm with you on mac and cheese. That's the most important thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
Mashed potatoes. I need some mashed potatoes too on my shit.
I do the candy.
Greens. I love me some greens now.
I need greens. I love greens.
The only greens that I really, really love the most is my father's greens. Shout out to my dad out there. I wish he was here so I could get some of them greens. But
them ham hocks is in that motherfucker too.
Candy yams. I'm with you on the candy yams.
Mm-hmm.
I like cranberry. I like cranberry sauce.
I like it. It's just not needed. Like,
not important. It's not the most important thing.
Cornbread. You need any kind of bread, cornbread rolls, anything like that.
Hawaiian sweet rolls, dog.
Hawaiian sweet rolls. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
Like crack in the 80s, dog.
I do.
And next thing you know, you ate 6 of them.
Yeah, facts. That's real. Tyra says she's trying to cook some sweet potato cornbread. Oh, shit.
Okay. See you, Tyra.
Tyra, run me that one.
Yeah. Oh, you gotta have a sweet potato pie.
Gotta have sweet potato pie. You gotta have an apple pie.
Apple pie.
You gotta have. Some people like pecan pie.
I love pecan pie. I like
pecan pie. Yeah, I need all the desserts, man. So all the pies, all the cakes, all the brownies, all that. Yeah. I need it all. Cookies, ice cream. Run me all that.
Yeah. So
run me all that.
Put in the comment.
What kind of drinks do you need? What's your go-to drink for
any like Pepsi Zero, Coke Zero, anything like that. Anything.
Give me some wine, B. I need some wine. That's
you talking alcohol?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, man, we enjoying this. We enjoying life, man. We
You
enjoying
talking alcohol? Then
Yeah.
I would used to partake in Hennessy, but I don't drink Hennessy no more.
Okay.
So it'd probably be some Tito's and Sprite,
Tito's,
Sprite
Sprite.
Zero, something like that. Tito's and zero sugar juice or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, man, go give me some wine. Or if you got, I like my tequila. I love my tequila. Sangria. I vibe with the sangria too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Well, what's your number one activity during Thanksgiving? Minus football, minus watching football.
No, I was about to say,
minus watching football. What's the number one activity you and your family do? Like, is it playing cards? Is it playing spades? Like,
I mean, if it was with my family, like most of my family back home in KC, yeah, it'd probably be playing some spades.
Or
some dominoes. My dad is probably playing some dominoes.
Yeah. I feel it, man. I can't wait for Thursday, man. I want this week to go by slow. I'm off all week. I need these days to go by super slow. You know what I mean? And are you doing any Black Friday? Are you a Black Friday guy?
I have money. Yeah. Mortgage week, dog.
I feel you on that. Yeah, rent is due.
But if I can come up on some money, the Black Cats come out on Friday.
Oh, Black Cats come out this Friday? For sure.
Black Cats coming out.
Hey, man.
So bad. I want them so bad. But I don't know. I might have to settle for the Gamma Rays in a couple weeks.
Oh, they come out. They come out too. They come out with. Is that the Christmas Jordan that comes out?
No, it's December 13th. They come.
What's the Christmas one? They always have like an 11 or some shit.
I don't know. They haven't announced that, but they've been announcing these Black Cats and the Blue Gamma Rays. So.
Okay.
I want either or, man. I wish I could get both, but I might have to just be like, man,
pick one. Just got to pick one.
I want the Black Cat so bad because I like
make it like a Christmas present to you. Make it a Christmas present.
But they're gonna be sold out. So
we'll see. I haven't been in the Jordan thing in a minute, but we'll see what's up, man. I'm excited, man. I'm excited for Thursday, man. I can't wait, but let it come by slow. Let it come by slow. Don't come by too quick. I can't wait, man.
Yeah, man. All right, man. It's time to do our NFL Week 12 storylines.
Let's do it.
Is this it? I don't think that's it. All right. Give me a second. I'm trying to pull it in. All right, man. Let's kick this thing off. Thursday night football. We had the Buffalo Bills versus Texans. Davis Mills started again. The defense gave Josh Allen hell all night. That offensive line was getting beat up. He threw a couple picks and he had a fumble. Also looked like at one point it looked like he almost got hurt. It looked like it was going to be a serious injury, but he came back. They end up losing 23-9. The Texans beat them 23-19. I ask you, Maul, for the Bills, is it time to fire Brian Beane and Sean McDermott if they don't make the playoffs or if they're one and done?
Yeah, 100%. If they don't make it to the Super Bowl, I think they should be fired. Because at the end of the day, I think it gets to the point, like, look, I've been spewing this for the last 2 weeks ever since the NFL trade deadline. You did nothing to help out Josh Allen. You did absolutely nothing. In a year where the Chiefs are down, the Ravens are down, the Colts, they're not like this unbeatable team. The Patriots, they're got a young quarterback out there. You don't know what he's going to look like in the playoffs. Like, this was your time. This is your time. And you chose to do absolutely nothing. This team is terrible. This team is not good. We said this here last week. If Josh Allen don't give you 4 TDs, this Bills team ain't winning nothing. You are going to expect that from him. 3-4 games in the playoffs? I'm not. I can't expect that. You already see him getting nicks, and it's they need to go. They need to go. It's the same thing every year. As you eloquently stated, you know, you can't expect to do different things if you keep having the same. You can't expect different results if you have the same pieces in there. It's just not going to happen.
And with the Texans, can this defense lead them to the playoffs?
It can. It all comes down to the health of CJ Stroud and this offense. Like, I think Nico Collins has been coming along pretty well. But it comes down to the maturity of CJ Stroud. And if he's able to, you know, get them over the hump, can we get the CJ Stroud that we saw his first year? If they can do that, this defense is easily a Super Bowl contending defense. It's just all about the offensive side.
The Chiefs beat the Colts in overtime 23-20. The Chiefs were down 20-9 going into the fourth quarter. But the Chiefs defense did turn it up in the second half, where they held the in the fourth quarter onto the overtime. They held the Colts offense to 18 yards. Going into the half, Jonathan Taylor only had 22 yards, but for the game he only had 59 yards. They pretty much held him in check for the most of the game. And Daniel Jones, he didn't look too good in the second half. Now, he had we gifted him a one touchdown because the tip pass interception pretty much put him at the one. They threw a touchdown, and then they marched down one drive and got a touchdown. But outside of that, Daniels didn't look good in the second half whatsoever. He didn't look good at all, and shout out to Spags and the defense. they held us into this game because Chiefs kept consistently shooting themselves in the damn foot with penalties and turnovers and stuff like that. I ain't gonna lie, when Kareem Hunt fumbled that football, dog, I was like, it's over. It's over. Yeah, we was at the 17, dog. I was like, it's over. But the defense stood firm and got the ball back, and Mahomes made some plays with Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy, and they end up going into overtime and kicking the game-winning field goal. So I ask you, for the Colts, has the real Daniel Jones come to fruition?
Look, man, Daniel Jones is who Daniel Jones is, man. He's gonna have some good moments, but he's gonna have a lot of questionable moments. Like, literally, that game was literally the tale of Daniel Jones's career. It really was. You know what I mean? Like, he left a lot to be desired on that table. They were the better team. They were the better team 3.5 quarters. They were, you know what I mean? But the defense gave them so many opportunities to close out this game, and they just couldn't do it. They just couldn't get over the hump. I don't know whether it was the play calling maybe that might have been effect. Obviously, Jonathan Taylor couldn't do anything. That defense stopped Jonathan Taylor. He couldn't do anything at all. And we all know that's the key to success for the Colts. But they still had a 20-9 lead without Jonathan Taylor doing anything. So, look, Daniel Jones has to be better. He has to be better. Yeah. And for them to have they traded Sauce Gardner. They traded those 2 first-round picks because they believed in you. You got to step up. These are the games you need to win. You know what I mean? You could have killed. Like, look, I know we're gonna talk about the Chiefs, but you could have literally killed their hopes. Like, they're still out of the playoffs, but they still got some hope. But you could have literally killed their hopes of making the playoffs completely.
Yeah, for sure. And to piggyback off of that, are the Chiefs' playoff hopes still alive?
Yeah, they won the game. They're still alive, but they got a lot to overcome. You know, they're still behind 3 teams. They got a tough schedule. You still got to play the Broncos again. You got to play the Chargers. You got the Cowboys coming up this week. So, and the Texans. So, look, Chiefs won. Congratulations, but they're still not a good team, man. Like, they finally were able to run the ball. You saw Kareem Hunt, but again, he got 30 touches. Can Kareem Hunt sustain 30 touches these next?
That's why we signed Damian.
Like, I like some of what Brashard looked like. I thought you saw some explosiveness with him. I do like that. You saw some big catches from Rashee Rice. Maybe that rhythm could get going with him and Patrick Mahomes. But Patrick Mahomes still throws bad interceptions. They have bad turnovers. You're getting, some bad penalties and stuff like that. Travis Kelce looks old. You know what I mean? Like, he has his moments and stuff like that. Like, look, the Chiefs, they're a beatable team. Now, can they get hot and make the playoffs? Absolutely. But a lot of things are going to have to go their way for them to have any chance to make that happen.
For sure. The Bears beat the Steelers 31-28. Steelers almost came back but at the end of the day, the Bears end up holding firm.
Mm-hmm.
No Aaron Rodgers in this game, so this was Mason Rudolph playing. So I ask you, now that the Steelers are lost, will they miss the playoffs?
The probability is high. Who knows when Aaron Rodgers is going to be able to come back? You know, he's walking around the field giving people the middle finger and stuff for no reason at all. I don't know why he mad at us. We ain't the one that broke your wrist. You know what I mean? Like, so, the probability is very high that they miss the playoffs because they ain't gonna win their division. The Ravens, they're taking over. So yeah, the probability is high.
And with the Bears, is there a chance they get the 1 seed?
There is a chance, but you know who the Bears remind me of? They're gonna be like the Vikings of last year. They're gonna have a great record, man, and it's not to be dismissive of what the Bears have done. Like I think Bears fans should be very excited. I'm actually happy for Bears fans. You know what I mean? Hopefully, I can too experience that because we're gonna be talking about my Raiders here and how abysmal that organization is. I wish I could be in your heels. So don't take this as a slight. I just think it's a situation where you have a first year head coach. You have a young quarterback. It's going to be interesting to see how they perform in the playoffs. It really is. This defense can be had. We've seen plenty of offenses, been able to, get through this defense, even though this defense has looked very, very opportunistic, i.e. like the Vikings did when they were 14-2. They're a very opportunistic defense. If they don't get the turnovers, this defense they can be had. You know what I mean? And I think it's the same situation. Like Caleb Williams has to be perfect, especially going into the playoffs with some of the teams that they get. Now, could they build confidence because of the division that they're in and, playing the Packers, playing the Lions, you get a couple wins off them and you can have that confidence? Absolutely. I love them and seeing DJ Moore have an impact. He got 2 TDs. DeAndre Swift still looks good. I like Colston Loveland. And I said, Caleb Williams has looked really, really amazing and in tune. It seems like him and Ben Johnson have a great, great connection. And I just think they're 1 year away. I really do. I think they'll make the playoffs. They could be the number 1 seed, but I think a more seasoned veteran team I think they can have them. But it'll be interesting. If they get the number 1 seed, you're gonna have to play in Chicago in that cold ass weather. So it would be interesting. But I would still pick the Eagles or something like that.
The Patriots beat the Bengals 26-20. This game, for the most part, the Patriots controlled this game. I know Will Campbell, the left tackle, he got hurt in this game. He got carted off. They said he's going to be out for a couple of weeks with a knee injury. So that's going to be it's going to be interesting to see. For sure. But I asked you with New England, does the road to the Super Bowl run through New England?
Yes, it does. They're the best team in the AFC. They are. They've proven it. Now, again, we can talk about the Patriots' schedule and maybe how easy it's been. Obviously, they will get tested as they make the playoffs. But look, you're gonna have to go to New England, man. Their schedule is really not hard. I mean, I don't know what their schedule looks like the last couple weeks of the season. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Where they at? Let's see who they play next. So you got the Giants next. You got the Bills. You're at the Ravens. You're at the Jets, and you got the Dolphins. So the Bills and the Ravens, they might. I think those are going to be the 2 teams that we'll really see how they be. But if you really think about it, I think they're clearly better than the Bills and the Ravens. I think that would be the game to see who. I think that could be potential AFC Championship game right there.
Yeah. And then with the Bengals, I ain't even got a storyline. It's don't play Joe Burrows. That's what I'm saying. What's the point? Like, what are we doing?
My question is, do they fire the head coach?
I don't know. I don't think it's looking like it. I think they're going to keep his ass. Because they're going to blame it on no Joe Burrow.
As you said, I think that's a question that people don't really ask enough is should they be – how many more injuries are you going to give Joe Burrow before you guys start really considering looking for a new quarterback?
It would have to be next year. Next year, if he gets hurt for the season or hurt for a long stint of time, then you got to make that.
You have to. I think that's the moment where you got to consider. Right, let's consider trading Joe Burrow, and we probably can still get like 2 or 3 first-round picks for him, probably. At least two, even with the injuries. I think you can still get at least 2.
It depends on what kind of injury it is.
You're going to have desperate teams out there. You see Joe Burrow's name, you're going to be like, all right, let's do it. Let's do it. My Raiders would easily do that. So my Raiders would easily do that. So.
The Ravens beat the Jets 23-10. Really not the only thing to talk about is that, Lamar Jackson did not have the greatest of games. He only had like 163 yards passing.
Yeah.
I think he had a turnover too. I'm not sure, but it wasn't really the most greatest games. But it's the Jets. They suck. So, you know, they did what they were supposed to do. With the Jets, get ready for the offseason. Get ready for the offseason, dog. Hey, y'all the worst team in the league right now.
No, they're not. They're not the worst football team in the league. They're not. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But look, we all knew what the story of the Jets was when they traded Sauce Gardner and Quinn Williams away. They already threw the white towel right there. You know what I mean? They got their first round picks. They know, the direction that they're gonna do. At the end of the day, you still saw fight within the team. I think at the end of the day. I don't think the Jets, if you're a Jets fan, you shouldn't care if you win or lose the game. You should just care if this team is still playing for Aaron Glenn. Yeah. I think that's if they're still fighting, you know what I mean? But you win, you lose these games, but they're playing really, really hard and some really inspired football. I think that says a lot. You know what I mean? And I think that's all that anybody should really care about as a Jets fan. Your future, you're more worried about the future, but in the present, just worry about the effort. That's all you should care about.
And with the Ravens, something is not right with Lamar.
Nah, yeah, he's still hurt. You can tell he's still kind of hurt. Maybe he's still dealing with the hamstring injury or something like that. We all know those hamstring injuries can be kind of tricky. They could be doing the play calling, so they kind of save him. Maybe they know he's still kind of hurt, but they have this advantage of taking over the division, and then they'll go from there. You know what I mean? Hopefully they can close out the division, and maybe they can rest in the final week of the season and get them ready for the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree. The Seahawks beat the Titans 30-24. This was, Seahawks controlled most of the game, but they kind of let the Titans kind of come back a little bit, but they end up pulling away and winning this game. I asked you for the Seahawks, is JSN the best receiver in the league?
Statistically, yes. So I think you have to say yes right now. He's been, I think you would have to say between him and George Pickens, they've probably had the two by far best years so far. You would obviously probably slide JSN. Yeah, I think you got to. I think you got to have him in strong conversations as MVP too. I think you need to. I'm not saying he should win it, but I think he should be in the conversation.
Yeah. And with the Titans, let's get ready for the offseason. Get ready for that.
Look, man, I think they looked. I think the first half they looked promising. Like, you know what I mean. You saw what they were able to do with Cam Ward and stuff like that. I love what's his name, DK. You're cool. Like, he had a return for the touchdown and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. He's cool. Like, he pissed me off when he got the return for the touchdown because it's like, bro, like all the games you're gonna do it when I gotta face you in fantasy. All right, but you know what I mean. Same bullshit. But look, man. It's just a learning thing with Tennessee, man, and they got years to look forward to. Just keep them upright, don't get them hurt.
The Packers beat the Vikings 23-6. This wasn't really a close contest at all. Packers defense was giving J.J. McCarthy hell. I think Michael Parsons had a couple of sacks. Deion Wyatt had a couple of sacks himself. With the Vikings, I asked you, does the GM need to be fired?
The GM and the coach should be in question for making the call of sticking with J.J. McCarthy and not going with Sam Darnold or Daniel Jones. You had the team ready for a Super Bowl run, and you decided to go with a rookie quarterback that we all knew needed years to sit behind to be ready. He was out there. He was out there already hearing ghosts. Like, bro, he was taking sacks when no one was even around him. He was just falling down. Like, bro, like, what are we talking about? J.J. McCarthy is terrible. Justin Jefferson is over this J.J. McCarthy. He's over it, dog. Joe Addison is over it. How do you make this decision? Like, you didn't even do this kid justice knowing the kind of pressure that he was going to be in going into this year. Coming off a 14-2 year. It would make difference if you was a 500, even if you made it playoffs and you were like 9-7, you made the playoffs. All right, cool. You can understand maybe, we're in the middle of the pack. Let's give this kid a shot. Like, we're not. You were 14-2 last year, and you decided to put in a quarterback coming off an injury who needs a lot of work. with weapons that are going to want the ball, and you chose to go the Ricky route. Kevin, I get it. You are like this QB whisperer, but why would you put him in that predicament, man? You're setting yourself up for failure, bro. Like, he should be questioned. I'm not saying you should fire the head coach, but you got to start, like, you got to stop thinking you can outsmart the room by like doing some stuff like this. So it kind of has that feel to it.
Yeah, I agree.
They look better with Wentz. They looked 100 times better with Wentz.
They did. He was bad.
They should call for Jameis Winston right now.
And with the Packers, Matt LaFleur should be on the hot seat if they don't make an NFC championship.
I've been said that. I've been telling you. I've been hearing reports from their beat reporters that if he doesn't win, he's going to get fired. Like, I'm still not a fan of this offense. This offense is still terrible to me. I'm not a fan. Like, Romeo Doubs, he has some cool catches and stuff like that. But nothing about this offense scares me. Jordan Love doesn't scare me. He don't scare me with his legs. He don't scare me with his arm. His receivers don't scare me. The only person that really scares me was Tucker Kraft. He's gone for the year. Josh Jacobs, who's hurt. Who knows when he come back? And I like Emmanuel Wilson. I do like him. But in the playoffs, man, they're gonna play man and this stuff that inside, bro. So this defense is gonna have to be the superstar of the show. They're gonna have to find a way to create turnovers, create short fields, and find a way to get this offense going. But yeah, Matt LaFleur, if he don't win, he's going to get fired.
The Lions defeated the Giants in overtime, 34-27, with a walk-off touchdown from Jahmyr Gibbs. Look, man, this Lions defense has a lot to be desired. They were down at one point in this game. It was looking kind of grim at first, but then they came back. And Jameis Winston, look, man, if you're a corner and you let Jameis Winston catch a pass, shrug you off, and run in for a touchdown, yeah, you need to sit on the bench, player. You need to sit on the bench.
Go ahead, sit on the pine, man. Watch the sideline with me, buddy.
Yeah, you might get cut too. You might get cut because you can't be letting old Jameis Winston ain't like he 25, he 35. I think
he stiffed on the fuck out of y'all.
Shrugged you off and then ran it in. Like, maybe James need to play receiver. I don't know. Yeah. But I ask you, with the Giants, should Jameis Winston have been the one that started the beginning of the season?
No. Well, yeah, if you weren't ready for Jackson Dart, then yes, it should have been Jameis, just with his leadership. And I think it's crazy. I think he's like the only quarterback where people will be like, if he throws an interception, it's okay. like you never see people get mad about it. It's like, oh, it's like Jameis being Jameis. Like, we all know Jameis is going to throw for 450 yards, 3 TDs, and 3 interceptions. But it's okay. It's okay because we're going to be in the game and all that. But yeah, it should have been Jameis Winston over Russell Wilson. No one's a big believer in Russ, man. No one is that. Jameis Wilson can always galvanize a team, but you just can't be mad at him, man. You gotta love Jameis, man. You would want him in your locker room for sure.
And with the Lions, this defense will keep them out of the playoffs.
Yes, either out of the playoffs or they're going to be one and done. Unless if this offense can, because at this point, this offense is pretty much dictating on Jahmyr Gibbs or bust at this point. Like, Jared Goff looks like he's kind of like reverting back to why the Rams got rid of him. You know what I'm saying? Like, as I said, the creativity of this offense just isn't there. They haven't found a way to get David Montgomery. Well, it's not like they need David Montgomery, but, Jamison Williams, he's been inconsistent. The offensive line has been kind of inconsistent. My question is, does this show that they miss Aaron Glenn more than Ben Johnson?
No, because the defense wasn't like it was like.
Yeah, but they were still respectable. They were more respectable than this.
They were cool. It wasn't like the Lions defense was just crazy.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But they'll look a little bit better. But because I'll say this: before they had all the injuries last year, they looked good. They had some really good moments. Then they had all the injuries and stuff.
That's true. I mean, I like Brian Branch. I do like Brian Branch.
Like Brian Branch. Yeah.
Brian Branch is a baller. I think he's actually a really good player. Terrion Arnold, he's so up and down. I do like DJ Reed. I think he's a good slot corner.
Yeah, he's cool.
He's a good slot corner. And then Aiden Hutchinson is that's what they need. They need another guy on the other side for them to help those corners out, help that secondary out.
Yeah.
They need another, maybe they need to get in the draft. They need to go get them an edge rusher out the draft, or I don't know who's a free agent this offseason, but that's what they need. They need another defensive end to go with Aiden Hutchinson to help out this secondary, so they won't be covering as long. Because you double team Aiden Hutchinson, he's a great player. He's going to get his, but you double team Aiden Hutchinson, you're not scared of nobody on the other side. So,
you think they get a new defensive coordinator?
No, I think they give the dude another chance because it's his first defensive. He's his first time being a defensive coordinator. So I think he's a young guy too. So I think they want him to grow. I don't think Dan Campbell will get rid of him. So yeah, I think he sticks around. To answer Mark's question, do they hire? I think me and Maul talked about this. I wouldn't be mad if they did Robert Saleh and Mike McDaniels as your OC.
Yeah, Robert Saleh is the head coach. Mike McDaniels is your OC. If he gets fired from the Dolphins, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If not Mike McDaniels, I think there's other options out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm just saying if that comes open, then Robert Saleh and Mike McDaniels as your offensive coordinator, I think that would help. I think that Mike McDaniels can structure something around Jackson Dart. He's way more talented than Tua, and he worked wonders for Tua. So just imagine what he would do with Jackson Dart and that offense, league neighbors and all them, whatever they add in the offseason. So, and then Robert Saleh will have that defense right. He's gonna have that defense right.
What about a Bill Belichick, Mike McDaniels combination?
I think Bill Belichick needs to sit his ass down somewhere.
Hey, just know if Bill Belichick come in there and his girlfriend about to ruin the whole vibes and that shit.
Yeah, she's suing Pablo Torre, I think.
Yeah, I saw that. Or she definitely gonna be cheating on him with Jackson Dart.
Okay. All right, man. The Jags beat the Cardinals 27-24. This game went into overtime. Also, Trevor Lawrence was terrible in this game. He threw 3 touchdowns, but he also threw 3 interceptions, and he had a fumble.
Yeah,
he was bad. He was not good in this game. Jacoby Brissett did as much as he could to win him this game, but at the end, it didn't come to fruition. I asked you with the Jags, when do they get rid of Trevor Lawrence?
It just depends on what the contract. I'm not too familiar with their contract and what the cap hit would be, but we know he's not the future, man. We know that they need to look into it. Maybe they'll give him one more year, and then you got the crop of quarterbacks coming in 2027. So I think he gets one more year.
And with the Cardinals, they should have won this game.
Yeah. They need a whole sense. They need a new quarterback. They need a whole sense of direction. You know what I mean? They already put the writing on the wall, like with Kyler Murray. Like, I think he's healthy enough to play. I just don't think they want to do that anymore. So
the Browns beat your Raiders 24-10. This was Shedeur Sanders' debut, where he had a touchdown. He had one pick, but he had a touchdown. He had like 209 yards. It was a pretty efficient day for him. Quinshon Judkins had a couple touchdowns. We know some of the problems with your offense with the Raiders. That's why Chip Kelly is no longer there. They just said that Greg Olsen will be your OC going forward. He was your OC for a couple stints, so he's familiar with the team. So I asked you with the Browns, did Shedeur have a good debut?
I think he did for what was asked of him. You can kind of tell that they're trying to not put too much of a, I wouldn't say too much of a load. I think Kevin Stefanski's cool as shit. I really do. I think at the end of the day, you saw the inspiration that Shedeur Sanders has. You saw the excitement that they have. You saw what that fan base and those players around him, like, they like playing with Shedeur Sanders. Like, you have Myles Garrett being in all of just a basic, rollout play with a dot that was like 40 yards down the field or something like that. I think he did for all the circumstances of him not getting the reps with the ones all year, all preseason. It was his first week with the ones. You know, he looked like he was in control. You saw some excitement plays. You saw some precision. You saw a real quarterback out there. So way better than what Dylan Gabriel could have done. So I liked it. You know what I mean? It's kind of funny. You have Dylan Gabriel throwing the ball 50 times. You trust him to throw the ball 50 times, but you can't trust Shedeur Sanders to throw more than 30. I don't know. It's kind of crazy to me. But
You know what that is.
Yep.
Do you make something of did you see the post-game the celebration in the locker room?
Yeah, I thought it was kind of funny that Kevin Stefanski just, you know what I mean? You have your rookie quarterback is the first rookie quarterback to ever win his first starting game. In like 30 games or some shit like that. They were 0-30. And he was the main storyline of the game. Now, at the end of the day, that defensive line they had 10 sacks. You know what I mean? So I get it, but you know, he could have showed more love to Shedeur, man. He could have, but Kevin Stefanski's I do not like that, man. People are gonna always hold on to those 2 coach of the year shits, but that don't mean nothing to me, bro. He needs to go. He's not a Shedeur believer, so. But they did announce that he's gonna start. He's gonna start this week, so
yeah.
We'll see what happens. But he has no choice because he wouldn't win that. He had no choice but to start Shedeur Sanders. It's not like he wanted to do that. Let's be clear. He has no choice because if he would have said Dylan Gabriel is the starter going into next week, you know what kind of wrath he would have got? You know what kind of wrath
I think he would have lost the locker room.
He would have lost exactly. He would have lost the locker room, everybody. So yeah, he had no choice. Please don't get it twisted. That's not what he wanted to do. He wants Dylan Gabriel to be that starter.
And with your Raiders, how are you feeling about Chip Kelly being fired?
Hallelujah. But I'm mentally just fatigued with this team, bro. Like, we got players who are ass. Elandon Roberts and Devin White arguing with Max Crosby. What are you doing? Y'all ain't done shit all year, but getting cooked. This is like y'all third. Devin White, this is like your 4th or 5th team. Elandon Roberts, you were cool with Pittsburgh, but they didn't keep you. What's the reason? What you talking to Max Crosby for? He's a star player. What you doing? What y'all doing? And I'm Geno Smith. My God, get the fuck off of my team, bro. Get off my team, bro. You suck. You are ass. You are the worst quarterback I've ever seen. This might be the worst Raiders team I've ever seen in my fucking life. And that's saying a lot because we've had a lot of bad teams. I would rather take Jamarcus Russell than Geno Smith currently right now. I would rather have that. I put Aiden O'Connell back in there. I would rather. Aiden O'Connell looked way better than Geno. He did. Like, Ashton Genty, you know, he has some good moments. Like, Pete Carroll wants to fire everybody that doesn't have a Carroll last name. Like, fire your sons. They suck. Like, what are they still doing? Pete Carroll got to go. He's old as dirt. He need to retire. And keep Spytek, keep these guys, and let's find a direction because, like, this is probably we are easily the worst football team in the league, and I don't even think it's close. Like, in the sense of future, in the sense in the present. At least with the Titans, they look bad, but at least you got your quarterback of the future. You know what I mean? Like we got somewhat of talent on the offensive side, and we look pathetic. We look pathetic against the Brown squad that ain't really good themselves. Now their defensive line is really good, but and I told you last week, man, this defensive line was going to get 8 sacks. You know what they got? They got 10. They got 10 sacks yesterday. We suck. We shouldn't even have an NFL patch on our jerseys at this point. We're not an NFL team. Hell, we're not even a Division I football team. You know what I mean? We're like D2 at best. Like, come on, dog. Like, Geno's ass, bro. You the last person that needs to be. Like, I'm tired of hearing this dumbass fucking press conferences like, oh, like, just blame me, and do that fucking bullshit. So, like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna blame you because you suck. You suck. You got a free check to be ass. Like, you give me some of your portion. Like I don't even understand why people still go to these games. Like, I understand it last week because it was Shedeur Sanders and stuff like that, and people probably wanted to see Shedeur. But honestly, what is the point to go to a Raiders game right now? What's the point of paying $20 or $100 or $500? Like, you are stupid to pay for a Raider game right now. You are dumb. I'm a Raider fan. I'm a diehard Raider fan. I'm not paying for that shit. That shit is ass. That is terrible product. And you're supporting that? Mark Davis need to go. Like, this organization is a joke. It's a joke, man. My God, this team is, and it's like I knew we were gonna lose, But it's like we got no fight, bro. We got no fight. Me, you, and Mark could probably put up a better effort against them. We could.
He let Myles Garrett hit me.
No, I'm talking about going up against the Raiders. I ain't talking about going up against the Browns. I'm talking about us going up against the Raiders. We could collect a flag. We could collect a football team right now with a whole bunch of motherfuckers off the street, and we might win that game. We might win that game. Like, come on, Mark. Yo, find 11 people out in Kansas City. We'll find 11 people out here in Vegas. We got offense, defense. Let's set it up. Raiders, let's set it up. Max, don't play because I already know you're great, bro. But everybody else, let's set it up.
I don't want to play.
Come on, let's set it up.
I don't want to play. He ain't about to hit me.
All right, man. Maybe not physical, but we can do flag.
Yeah, we can do flag.
We might win. We might win. Yeah, Genty, Bowers, man. I feel bad for all those guys. I feel so bad for all those guys, man, because they're so used to winning and they get put in this poisonous, toxic bullshit. It's just like, bruh, like this is terrible, bro. Like Pete Carroll had this fake imagination that we're gonna be some winning team right now. We're not no winning team. Yeah. Come on, man. We suck.
Yeah. See what happens in the future, dog.
Nothing's gonna happen in the future. Nothing. Because you know why? Geno Smith probably still gonna be my quarterback, and Pete Carroll's gonna be 95 as our head coach. Hopefully not. But my God, Lord Jesus. Terrible.
The Falcons beat the Saints 24-10. This game was very uninspiring, and if you watch this game, you're sick in the visual.
Yeah, you're insane.
The Falcons, I ask you, Kyle Pitts is mid.
Kyle Pitts is just there's just nothing to say about Kyle Pitts anymore. It's just it is what it is at this point. It is what it is, man. He's not a good NFL player, man. Or he's a very uninspired NFL player. He has all the talent in the world, but maybe he's just not inspired. Maybe he needs to go to a new setting. Maybe he might be reinvigorated or something. Hey, Chiefs, make a call. You need a replacement at tight end. Give it a shot. What you got to lose? Travis Kelce gone next year.
I wouldn't be mad at it.
Nah,
I don't know, man.
I think it's not the talent. It's more between the ears, man. Maybe he just needs maybe he needs a coach that can just light a fire in his ass. I don't know.
You know where he gonna go next. Watch.
Where?
Howie Roseman right now. He trying to coagulate a plan right now to get Kyle Pitts. This nigga
Kyle Pitts?
1,500 yards, 17 touchdowns.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw him on Nightcap. He was talking trash.
he's just, I don't know what's going on with that, man.
The Saints get ready for the offseason.
They should have been traded Chris Olave and Alvin Kamara, and I don't care if Alvin Kamara says he wants to stay. You're gone, brother. You're gone, brother. Like we have no future for you at this point. Like,
I heard yesterday. So I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
The Cowboys come back down from 21 to beat the Eagles 24-21. It looked like the Eagles was about to put the beats on the Cowboys, but a couple of turnovers, a fumble by Saquon, a fumble on a punt return, and next thing you know it, the Cowboys was right there, tying the game up, and then Cowboys march down the field. Aubrey kicks the game winner. So I ask you, this Eagles offense will keep them from repeating?
It shouldn't. It shouldn't. I think the real question is we need to start talking about the fall off of Saquon Barkley. It's getting to the point where we got to have a strong conversation about this, because
I think he beat up. I think that it's always been proven that when a running back runs for 2,000 yards, they have a fall off the following year.
That's it. And honestly, that he was the main reason why they were who they were. You know what I mean? I think they need to strongly consider giving Tank Bigsby more run. They need to. He's just I said it last week, man. He just looks way more energized than Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley looks old and tired. He looks old and tired, man. He can't break open. Like, I know some people are gonna be like, well, the offensive line hasn't, like, there's been some times where it looks like there's some
open in the open field. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And Overshown chased his ass down.
Yeah. Like,
now Overshown is an athlete and he's fast, but
yeah, but Saquon looks slow. slow, and I think it's a time where they need to have a strong conversation to maybe play more Bigsby. That's just me.
Maybe. That's why I think that's why they were also in on Damian Pierce.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
With the Cowboys, they have a chance to win this division.
No, I don't think so. I think the Eagles were the better team. Let's not get it twisted. If it wasn't for a bad turnover from Saquon and that terrible turnover with that punting return, No, they're not better than the Eagles. I just think it was just an emotional game, their first home game since Marshawn Kneeland. They played that first half was terrible. They got dominated in that first half, and then the Eagles did Eagles things. You know what I'm saying? Like they did a lot of self-inflicted wounds. It wasn't a Cowboys thing. And then shout out to George Pickens. He got hot at the right time. I don't know what's going on with CeeDee Lamb and all these drops, man. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know if he has like a hand injury or something or what. But at the end of the day, like the Cowboys, I don't know if they even make the playoffs, but they're gonna give some scare. Like they're gonna give your Chiefs a scare. Like that's gonna be an interesting game. That's pretty much a winner goes home match at that point. Whoever loses, I don't think is making the playoffs. They don't have a shot at making the playoffs.
I'm glad both teams won. It makes the game more interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna make it more interesting for sure. It might be the game of the day.
I already said it. And then Sunday Night Football, the Rams obliterated the Buccaneers 34-7. Baker Mayfield did get hurt with a shoulder injury. They said it was a shoulder sprain, so there is a possibility that he could play this Sunday. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
But with the Buccaneers, I'm asking, is the injury bug and defense going to be the reason why they don't make the playoffs?
Who's this for, the Bucs?
Mm-hmm.
Hell, shit. It's not just the defense; it's the offensive side. Like, they just got Chris Godwin back, and they're probably gonna get Bucky Irvin back this week. But then you just lost your starting quarterback. So, yeah, man, it's been a tough year with injuries for the Buccaneers. Yeah, it might be the reason why they don't make the playoffs. Yeah, so it's a possibility, but their division is terrible. So,
with the Rams, this team will win the Super Bowl.
I think you have to have them as a favorites, man. Especially where the Eagles been looking and stuff like that. Matthew Stafford is probably MVP favorite right now. You got Puka, you got Devontae Adams, you got Kyron Williams, you got Blake Corum. You got some great tight ends. That defense looks really good. Back end, middle end, front end, like they got it all. And then you probably have, if not the best coach, at least top 2 coach in the league. So
we'll see, Mark.
I don't know. Panthers.
My Panthers is out here looking good.
Man, they might, if they beat they might beat the 49ers tonight. We'll see. They might beat the 49ers tonight. That's gonna be an interesting game. I'm actually intrigued to watch that game.
I am too. I'm actually gonna sit and watch it.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna watch it too.
And then I'll probably have to pour bleach on my eyes.
Rams, yeah, they easily look like the best team in all of football. Me personally. Right now, I would probably say I don't know. I think the Seahawks can still give them a run for their money.
They can. Yeah. But
I literally think it's between those two. But if I had to choose, I think it's the Rams because I just trust who they have more. I trust the coach and I trust the quarterback more.
Yeah, it's all. I mean, you're taking Matthew Stafford 10 times out of the week.
You're taking Sean McVay. You're taking Sean McVay.
Yeah, over Mark. And I like Mark McDonald. I think he's actually a really good head coach. He's proven that. I bet you the Ravens wish they still had him, but even though their defense is playing better, but still. But yeah, it comes down. You're not taking Sam Darnold over Matthew Stafford.
You're not.
So, ain't got anything else?
Football wise, nah, just anything. Anything else happen? Nah, I really ain't got nothing, man. I really ain't got nothing.
For sure.
Had a decent show, 3 hours long, man. Hey, we told you I was gonna be long, man.
As I said, buckle up.
Yeah, we made it. We made it. You know, especially when you're gonna have a show on Wednesday. So
yeah, for sure. All right, man. Who gets your flowers of the week?
Yeah, man. So I got a couple, man. So first one goes to Wale, man. I'm loving that new album he has. Everything is a lot. I love it, man. Start to finish, man. I've always been a big fan of Wale. I know he doesn't get as much top tier publicity as he probably should, but that if you haven't listened to his new album, man, shout out to him. I'm gonna give another shout out to my brother, man, DJ Technicolor, man, aka Morgan, man. I went out to dinner with him, man, and he surprised me, man, with being one of his groomsmen, man, for his wedding, man. I was truly honored by his gift and all that, man. That's my brother right there, man. So shout out to him, man, him and his future wifey Rose, man, and allow me to be a part of their special day, man. I cannot wait for that. I was truly honored, man, and truly moved by that, man. So appreciate that, my brother. And then last but not least, I definitely got to give a shout out to my pops, man. It's his birthday on Wednesday. I know we're not doing the show on Wednesday, but I definitely want to show him some love, man. That's my guy, man. That's as they say, that's my rib. That's what they said. That's how they say it back in the day. That's my guy, man. That's my pops, man. He means everything to me, man. And I am sad that I wasn't able to make it out there this week, especially with everything that was going on with the airports and stuff like that. But I do promise I will be out there soon. But pops, I love you. I miss you a lot, and I hope you enjoy your day. I will call you that day for sure, but just so the whole world knows, man, how much you mean to me, man. So shout out to my pops, man. Happy birthday to you. You deserve everything and more, man, for what you have done for me in my life, man, and all the situations that we've been through, man. You've been nothing but the greatest father in the world, man. So shout out to you, man.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to pops. Happy birthday, man. I got a couple myself. Of course, my flowers go to all my family and friends out there for Thanksgiving week, man. You know, this is a time for family and loved ones and spending time with them, man. So I hope all y'all have a great Thanksgiving this year. And, you know, I'm thankful for all my family. Of course, I'm thankful for my boy Maul, man. We built this podcast together, man. And
absolutely, my brother. Yep.
2 years now. And, you know, we build a bond that, you know, we may cuss each other out every now and then, but you know,
it's all love, man. You know, it's all love at the end of the day. Hey, man, that's what brothers do, man. We get on each other's nerves, man. It happens, man. It happens, man. But it's not ill will toward it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So, but you know, it's always love for my brother.
For sure, yeah, man.
All my family and friends, my kids back in Virginia, love y'all, man. Wish I was out here. My son, you know what I'm saying, him too. You know what I'm saying, he's out here. So, hopefully, I get to see him, you know, sometime this week too. So, of course, my lady, I love her. You know what I'm saying? You know, she always been there for me, riding with me. She does a lot for me, man. And, you know, I love her to death. So, and of course, I got to give flowers because it's my stepfather's birthday on Saturday.
Yes,
so, yeah, I want to shout him out, man, because, you know, he's very instrumental in my life too. He taught me a whole bunch, you know what I'm saying? And I can't thank him enough for all the things that he's done for me. So shout out to my stepdad, man. I love him a lot. So
yeah. Yo, I also want to give shout out to, you know, I know the year is almost done. You know, we got one more month of 2025. I definitely want to show love to everybody that's been in the chat. Mark, man, you've been definitely one of the most active ones in our chat, man. So, you know, it's a lot of love, man, for, you know, you taking your time, man, to support us. Everybody that's been involved, man, you know what I mean, from Miss Ballin D to everybody that's, you know, we've had so many guests. Trey,
D-Mac, he came on for the 200 episode. Mike Cooper of the Standard Media, UNLV, him coming on and giving his thoughts on that too. So yeah, shout out to him too.
Yes.
And anybody who's been a guest.
Yeah. We're thankful for y'all. We'll definitely have like an end of the year recap of all of our favorite moments of the year for sure. We'll definitely do that. But and then my dog for always barking in the middle of our conversation, man. Got to show her love too. You know what I mean?
Panga.
Yeah, man.
She's the third mic when you get her a microphone.
Nah, facts, man.
Might want to turn it up. All right, man. Who get your hell no?
I was gonna do hell no's, but you know what? In the spirit of Thanksgiving, and I want to keep this. I've already said a lot, from John Morant cussing him out to Geno Smith and all that. I got no hell no's, man. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it positive today. I got no hell no's.
Well, I got one. All y'all sharing them nasty ass plates on social media this week, man. Y'all keep that to yourselves, man. Y'all know that plate look nasty.
What plate?
Thanksgiving plates this week, man. You know somebody gonna put their plate on Instagram, Facebook.
I want to say that shit is fire, but that should be looking like basic plain Jane bullshit.
Man, y'all keep y'all nasty ass plates out the internet. Stop it. Okay? Don't nobody want to eat the nasty ass macaroni and cheese, man.
With the cream of mushroom on top.
And look, I love my white people, man. But I better not see no potato salad with no raisins on social media. Keep that shit off. Okay? We love it.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I do also love a good deviled egg for Thanksgiving.
Oh man, what?
I love a good deviled egg, man. Yeah, a good deviled egg always hits, man. That shit always hits, man.
What?
And shout out to anybody who does like any unorthodox stuff, especially like, if they do like more cultural stuff, you know what I mean? Like Africans or Indian, Mexican people, you know what I mean? Some people might do like tamales and stuff like that. All that probably hits, man. So shout out to everybody that has a unique Thanksgiving. Don't always have to be like turkey and all that, but it's cool. It's cool. There's two different vibes, but make sure it has some flavor on that shit. Don't look like it needs like you just put a pinch of salt on that shit and that's it.
Yeah, but yeah. Just keep your plates off it.
And don't burn the houses down, people. Like, you know what I mean? Don't try to do deep fried turkeys in the apartment building. Don't.
And all y'all that go to Thanksgiving family events and mess it up because y'all want to argue and talk about somebody.
Yeah.
Auntie, leave your niece alone. No, she not getting married. No, she ain't having no kids right now because she living her life.
Right.
Leave your nephew alone, man.
Yeah, don't do no Tyler Perry shit where y'all bringing up your old
Grandma,
past shit. Like, leave it alone.
Your grandkids alone, unless it's positive. Leave them alone, man. It's just the time for us to be thankful and loving each other. Not you telling me why I ain't doing said what and doing.
Yeah, why I ain't got it? Why I'm not in a relationship? When am I gonna give them a grandbaby? No one wants to talk about that, man. No one wants to talk about it. I'm just trying to eat my plate. Trying to eat my plate, dog.
And all you cousins pulling up to Thanksgiving dinner and didn't help out, didn't bring nothing.
Yeah.
Stealing 7 plates and showing up just to grab a plate and leave. Y'all keep your asses at home.
Yeah, keep them home, bro. Keep it home.
You couldn't bring no paper plates or nothing.
Yeah, be like if you're gonna go into somebody else's house, try to bring some. Be nice, whether it's some drinks, whether it's whether they need something for something, like be cool.
Y'all need anything over there? It goes a long way.
Yeah, and be nice to the people at the grocery stores who got to work on Thanksgiving, man. We all know it's gonna get kind of hectic. Because everybody's doing their last second stuff that they forgot. Like, be cordial to these people that work at these grocery stores, man. They got to work and serve us and provide for us, while they got to work for Thanksgiving for a little bit, man. So make sure everybody's nice and cool.
Yeah, man.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy. You get your goddamn ugly ass on.
Yeah, Mondale and Mason get a hell no, though. Man, that's my hell no. Mondale and Mason get my hell no. I'm about to text these dudes. Y'all really think this trade gonna fly?
Oh, man, leave him alone, man. Leave him alone. Man.
I'm gonna give him the eyes. I'm like, hey, commission's watching, dog. Commission's watching. I'm about to do a fucking survivor vote. Like, y'all agree to this or not? No, I'm just messing. I'm gonna laugh. He do all this shit and don't even get out of the first round.
Yes, Uber services are available for y'all that get drunk.
Yeah, please do, man. We're seeing too many people out there driving crazy, man. Come on, man. Let's start being more mindful of people's lives out there, man. Like, it was sad. Did you see that story about the road rage incident out here where it killed the little girl? Come on, man. We got to do better, man. You lost a young girl's life, man, for no reason, man, because people can't be patient in driving. And
and them kids in Chicago that jumped that pregnant lady and her child in Chicago. Y'all get hell no. It was some kids I think they were in middle school in Chicago. The lady, they was messing with her child. She came and stepped in. She was pregnant, and they beat her up. her and the child.
Damn.
And then get on the parent, get on the internet. Oh, leave them alone. They just kids. Nah, just beat up a pregnant lady.
Hey, this is why I've always been a big proponent, man. If you old enough, look, I've always been a big proponent to what Bernie Mac said. If you old enough to talk back, you old enough to get fucked up. That is the reality of the situation. These little kids are bad at shit. Number one, a lot of them will shoot you before they even try to
as parents, man, trying to be their
yeah,
friend.
Man. Yeah, no, well, because they so young, man. You got kids being parents now. You got, there's so many people I know that got pregnant when they were like 16, 17. That's no disrespect to them, but it's tough being a parent, man. It's tough being a parent, man.
I was a young parent, but still.
Yeah, get it back on, man. For real. Y'all kids are bad as shit.
All right, man. If you look at the QR code, you can go to the WWE shop and get your latest merch from Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Cody Rhodes, Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, all your latest great. Rhea Ripley, Io Sky. Go to the WWE shop, scan that QR code, man. If you want to donate to the Chris Mall podcast, you can donate to Chris Mall Pod. We'll greatly appreciate whatever you donate. Whatever streaming platform you use to listen to your podcast, we're available on Spotify, Apple, Google, and iHeartRadio, Amazon Music. First time watchers on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification button. So when we go live on Mondays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and Wednesdays 9-ish p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you can jump in the lives like Mark is. Talk about these topics with us. Give us your opinion. You agree with us or disagree with us? We want to hear from you, man. So jump in the comment section. Also, if you're listening on the playback, leave a comment in the comment section of any topic that we talk about. So, and whatever social media platform you use, whether it be X, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, TikTok, Threads, whatever you use, follow us at Crystal and Mall. We'll follow you back. We're just some regular guys who like to talk sports, music, movies, and all kinds of various other things. If you have critiques, feedback, or if you have a question or topic, and we like said topic, we will bring it up. We will shout you out because we want to show love to those who show love to us. So go ahead and hit us up via DM, emails, or our mentions. All right, good people. Until next week, hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving. Be safe out there. Be safe for Black Friday. Don't spend all your money up. If you got it, go get it. You do all your Christmas shopping this week. Some of y'all are.
Yeah. Be careful out there, man. I don't know how crazy it is for Black Friday anymore, but
yeah, because just go on Amazon. You don't even gotta go to Walmart and all that stuff, man.
Yeah.
So, all right, good people. Until next week, we out.
All right, man. Y'all be safe, man.